Wait, I fixed it! I fixed it! Hold on! I got it! I got it! Chat, my mic broke, bro. My mic broke. What in the world? I never had that happen before. My mic broke, dude. Literally, it was working literally right before I started stream, and then just broke just like that. But I fixed it. Anyways, how's it going? What's going on? What's on Roblox lover, Francisco, Richard, user, Kaji, Ninjagaming Sun, Glow, Karizo, Pomni, Filda, Leah, Opal, Sarah, Chris, Purple. How's it going? We're doing okay. I want to do a Roblox stream later today, so hopefully we'll do a Roblox stream later today. I'm gonna try to fit one in, because literally like the past few streams I haven't been doing it because I had to edit, or I had to we ran out of time. So hopefully we'll do the Roblox stream today. Yeah. Instead of Ninjagaming, it's Uncle Gaming. Okay, right there. But yeah, we're gonna do short. If I laugh, y'all get Robux. Okay, we're starting off with 0 Robux. The next sub goal is 797,000. Or oh wait, it should be 796,000. Hold on, 796,000. There it is. All right, 796,000. And if we hit that, we'll give our Robux. Let's see if we hit 800k today. Let's see if we can hit 800k today. That would be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Rarest country someone has watched one of my videos from. So thanks to YouTube Studio, I can see where every single view I have gotten has came from. And the top 5 countries my views have came from are Canada, the United Kingdom, Philippines, India, and the United States at number 1. But
sounds about right.
About the rarest countries? Well, the first country I thought of was North Korea, but they actually banned YouTube, so I then thought of the smallest country.
North Korea banned YouTube?
Of Vatican City, because they have a population of just around 760, and not all residents are active on the internet. Well, I started looking at the stats, and it turns out I have 81 total views from the
Really? Whoa, look at that.
Vatican City. And I'm honestly in shock because who is watching me from the Vatican City? The rarest.
True though.
I walked out onto the stage in front of 300 people, sat down at the piano, and took the deepest breath of my life. I looked up at the only seat in the room that was empty. It was my grandma's. She'd sat in the 3rd row for every recital since I was 4, in the same brown coat, with the same little wave when our eyes met from the stage. Tonight she was supposed to be there too. She'd circled the date on her kitchen calendar the day they printed the program. She'd be waiting in her car at 6 in the morning every Saturday, ready to drive me into the city for lessons. She'd hum along to whatever was on the radio, off key, and pretend not to hear me beg her to stop. I missed practice for the first time when she didn't wake up and gave the world her last breath. The song in front of me was 6 months of pencil and erasing and starting over, the only thank you I had left to give her. I closed my eyes and I began.
Dude, I can never perform like this in front of an audience. I mean, technically I am, but like right now, but you know, like an actual audience. Like an in-person audience. That's what I mean. But this is the rest of them just doing it?
Didn't make a sound. Not for a long time. Somewhere in the back, a woman was crying. The host walked to the mic to call up the next girl, but she was already in the front row shaking her head. She knew there was nothing left to play. I walked down off the stage. I walked past the rows of people who'd never met her, and I sat down in her seat. I dragged my sleeve across my face. The 3rd row was full now. I hope you heard it, Grandma. I walked out onto...
Nice though. You had a stressful day. Where are you heading to relax? Oh, I love these videos, bro. These videos are so relaxing. Are we picking 1? Okay, 1's a pretty good vibe. Oh, 2 though. 2 though is kind of 3. Okay, all right. 4, little like lakeside view here. 5. Whoa. 6. 7. Oh no. All right. Holy brain rotted. We'll just go. I'll go like 1 or 6. I'll go 1 or 6. No, 1 or 5. Sorry, 1 or 5.
The best memes of the 2026 World Cup. So this year's World Cup referees were seen wearing a microphone and camera headset combo during the match. And people online are now jokingly saying that this is how referees are going to look for the 2030 World Cup, making fun of how much technology these referees were seen using. Next, this moment from the World Cup final has been turned into
saw this, bro. I was like, yo, we got sent flying.
And people online are claiming that it was the most entertaining moment from the final game as well. Now, Messi created the best reaction meme from this 2026 World Cup. I can see people using this meme for literal decades. Finally, Trump just created a new meme when he was seen standing alongside Spain for their World Cup championship photo, because people are claiming he created the new bro thinks he's on the team.
Bro thinks he's on the team. Yeah, it kind of does look like that actually.
And I'm not going to lie,
Viola,
it's pretty spot on. The best
Francisco, they've laughing discount.
Ranking the dumbest.
What in the hold on? I don't know what character this is, but
the dumbest animal hospital moments.
Interesting.
At number 4.
Interesting.
A 6-year-old walked into my classroom leaning so far sideways under his backpack
that
his hand was dragging along the floor. I walked over to help him take it off, and the straps were so tight they left red marks on his shoulders. When I lifted it off his back, the weight dipped my arm. I went to unzip it, but he grabbed it with both hands and pulled it to his chest. It's mine. I told him I just wanted to see what was making it so heavy, but he shook his head and slid it under his desk. Over the next 2 weeks, the bag kept getting heavier. He refused to use his cubby, wouldn't let it out of his sight, and wouldn't even go out to recess without it. It got so bad, even the school nurse sent me a note about his back pain. I pulled him aside while the other kids were at reading, knelt down so we were at eye level, and asked if someone was hurting him. He kept his eyes on his shoes and shook his head. When I asked if he was afraid of someone, he went completely still, then nodded once and whispered, "Someone on my street." I asked what this person did that scared him, and he picked at his shoelace for a while. He's really strong, and he picks up stuff this big. He stretched his arms out as wide as they could go
why does
and
that have to
throws
do with
them
his
in his white
backpack being
van
heavy?
like it's nothing. When I asked if the man had ever said anything to him, he nodded. He said, "I'm the same size as one of them." I looked at his backpack and told him to bring it to me. He dragged it across the floor and hugged it against his chest, so I got back down to his level and told him I needed to see what was inside. He stared at me for a long time, then slowly unzipped it. Rocks, dozens of them, all different sizes, packed in so tight they were scratching against each other. I asked who put them in there, and he looked at the floor. I did. I asked why, why, but he wouldn't say another word. When I started pulling the rocks out,
Bro,
he
what?
lunged forward and grabbed
I'm
my
so
arm.
confused.
No, please, he'll take me. I put them down and walked to my desk to call his mom. I told her everything, and she went quiet for a second. Oh, that's Mr. Ramos, our neighbor. He delivers sacks of potatoes to restaurants every week out of his van, and last
What?
month he told my son he weighs about the same as one of them. She paused. I always warn him about white vans, so he probably thought he was in danger. I looked across the room at this kid sitting on the floor guarding a backpack full of rocks because he wanted to weigh more than a sack of potatoes, so he wouldn't end up in the white van. I started laughing, and he looked up at me. Can I have my rocks back? I'm not heavy enough. I still need at least 10 more pounds so he doesn't take me. A 6-year-old walked in.
Crazy, bro. I don't know.
Finally.
Using all the brain power for that one.
I got the new iPhone.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Did we really need the full photo here? I feel like we could have just cropped it out, but you know, all right.
Just because you're unique doesn't mean you're useful.
Ah.
It's useful for cutting metal trees.
As
What?
the son of a single teen dad, good job. I know it's not easy.
Okay.
Your dad is a teenager.
Was.
Sorry for your loss.
Yo, what?
We had ChatGPT 1.0 in our days. It took forever to answer and was wrong most of the time. Kids
our
today
days.
with ChatGPT 5 will never understand our struggle. We had ChatGPT 1.0 in our days.
Bro, literally, bro. Like this was, I think ChatGPT first came out in like 2022. That was like 4 years ago.
Prices, sleep call, texts,
What? Yo!
matching profile pictures.
Genuine risk.
These are crazy prices too. Like I can understand if it's cheaper, but $300 for a 10+ hour call or sleep call, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Genuine risk.
I'm taking that.
I think I burnt my bread a little.
Bro, it looks like your bed's about to explode. I can't even lie, man. I can't even lie, bro. Grady, they have the island. Oh, man. Okay.
Finally,
Interesting. Oddly satisfying new photos. Ooh. Iona, thank you for the super chat. Jesus Editor, thank you for the sub. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. 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 Ooh. It's nice. That's gonna be fake. Drop limit? Yeah, that's gotta be fake. No. No, that's fake, bro. Some of these are fake, but it's okay. Just a player, think let him cook. That's sick. That one's sick, bro.
I paid somebody to.
That's so cool.
The 2026
That one
World
game I took
Cup
live in
was
disco.
somehow predicted. So there was this 40-page children's book released over a month ago called The World's Game, and somehow it successfully
Iona, thank you for the $1 or $10.
predicted the World Cup. And nobody knew until this woman uploaded to TikTok showing proof. And the reason why nobody knew is because the book is meant for 3 to 7-year-olds. However, in the book, it showed Argentina versus Spain in the World Cup final. And they had all of the exact players that were playing, which is already a crazy good prediction. But it then showed how number 7 scored in the book. And in real life, number 7 scored for Spain as well. Of course, I wouldn't make this video if the book didn't have Spain winning. This is one of the most impressive predictions ever, and it's so wild that it came from a literal children's book.
Wait, no. Wait, that's crazy. That's a crazy prediction. Russ, thank the sub.
Bro, imagine if everyone was a bacon hair in Roblox. You log in, and the first thing you notice, you're a bacon hair.
But wouldn't that mean everyone's just equal now?
Join a game. Every single player is a bacon hair. Some players are celebrating, because now, everyone is finally equal. Meanwhile, other players are crying, because they spent their entire life savings on avatars, and now, it's all gone.
I mean, I guess, but everyone's equal, so no one can make fun of each other anymore, you
Then,
know?
some players still try to bully bacon hairs, until they realize they're bacon hairs too.
Just a
But
player,
you,
they're laughing disco.
You're just chilling. So, you just join your best friend in game, and start grinding together, clear stages together, and after 2 hours, you finally beat the whole game. Then, he sends you a friend request.
Roblox over David
Who is this guy? You look at his profile. His display name is Jack, but his username, ProGamer Ninja 99.
Sounds like my name.
Bro! This guy is not even my best friend! Turns out, he's just a random bacon hair with the same display name. and you just spent 2 hours playing with the
Jack
wrong
the
person.
Uncler.
Meanwhile, your real best friend, he's crying at the spawn. So like this video if you love bacon hairs. Bro.
Yeah, bacon hairs are awesome. Man. Bacon hairs are awesome. Unk's ready for his pick on the wall. Is he gonna eat all that? No, I actually want to see him eat that, bro. That would be impressive if he could do that.
I was 16 when I came home.
That one gamer thing on the Uncle alert.
From my first day at work and saw all the furniture in my house was missing. I opened the fridge expecting to snap back to reality, but it was empty. And then I found a note on the table that made me fall over. We sold the house. We don't have the money to care for both you and your brother. You have 7 days to leave before the new family moves in. Good luck.
No.
It was my dad's handwriting, and there was nothing about where they were going. I started crying because no way could my own family just abandon me. But when I tried to call them, I realized I was blocked. That night, I knocked on my friend's door in my only outfit and explained what happened. They instantly gave me
at least he still has the house.
Spare room, and I started working as hard as I could. 10 years later, I had my own contracting company and a house I'd bought in cash. I'd stopped waiting for a call from them since the day I sent them invites to my college
10. Can you play Geometry Dash? Not right now.
Graduation, only to take my diploma to the sight of 3 empty chairs. But then one day, my doorbell rang. I opened it, and my parents and my older brother
heck nah! Yo!
Stood there smirking. The exact faces I remembered 15 years ago. They walked past me into my house like they owned it, and I was in so much shock I couldn't speak. Mom instantly threw her arms around me. "How's our entrepreneur? We're so proud of our son." She pinched my cheek, while my dad was already opening cabinets in my kitchen. I asked, "What do you want?" in a shaky voice, and Mom instantly—
The nerve they have is actually insane, bro.
Smiled. "We need to move in for a little while."
Yo, why is there somebody in chat called Ninjagaming Unk? Are we serious, bro?
Free. We lost our house and family takes care of family. I saw my brother kick off his shoes and settle onto my couch while Mom kept going. We'll also need a $3,000 monthly grocery budget and an allowance.
I'm sorry, did she just say $3,000 grocery budget? What type of food are you buying? Are we eating steak every single day?
For your brother. I looked over at my 34-year-old brother and my dad already sharing my beef jerky. Before I could reply, Mom walked out to her car and returned with 2 suitcases. She set them down, and the 3 of them started unpacking in my living room. Mom tossed her dresses on my sofa, and my brother was already plugging in his PlayStation. I remember a sudden rage taking over me. They abandoned me as a kid and now wanted my house. I walked over and immediately slapped their hands off the suitcases. I unplugged my brother's PlayStation and pulled out the note they'd left me 15 years ago from my wallet. "Do you remember this? Because I never forgot it." I slammed it on the table. Mom scoffed. "That was so long ago, but I was already opening my door. You gave me 7 days. I'm giving you until I count to 3, or I'm having my security guards escort you out." They laughed, and my brother stepped towards me. "What security guards?" I laughed back and pressed the button on my house alarm. 4 trained men instantly walked in. They grabbed my parents and brother by their arms. My dad yelled, "You can't abandon us, we're family." But I laughed. Funny, that's what I said 15 years ago. They were escorted out, still begging. I was 16 when—
Nice, bro. Why is Ninjagaming husband in chat? Yo, what? Yo, what are y'all, like, what are you guys' usernames, bro?
Crack open the giant egg. You might find another whole egg inside, which you can then crack open like normal. You see, this happens because an egg starts with a yolk. Once it's released, it travels through the chicken, and the egg white and shell are formed around it. But if a second yolk is released before the egg gets laid, the first egg can get sucked back up, joining the new yolk. The white and shell are added again.
Wait, where do you find the mega eggs then? Where do they get? Where do they put the mega eggs?
Now, if 2 new yolks get released at the same time, you could end up with a double yolk egg with an extra fully formed egg inside.
I want one, please.
Can you guess it?
Sunsteam, they've live in disco. Iona,
These names actually
$2.
Person or are they made up? First up is—
I'm sending you 2. Yeah, it's different because of the currency. My bad.
New Zealand Williams.
I appreciate that.
I feel like this name is based off a character. I don't.
This is real.
I think it's a real person. It's a real person. New Zealand Williams is his name. That's actually Aura. I respect that. Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo? No, this is fake.
Dog, I'm almost 60 years old. Of course I know Powerpuff Girls. His name's fake. Yeah. General Booty.
I really hope for the person that has this name that this is fake. If this is not fake, I'm so sorry.
Do you want your kid to get bullied? Like,
Carol, they've life in disco.
Right? Oh my god, it's real. Oh my, okay.
General Booty, pass the ball over here. Oh my gosh.
Diwana Bonner. Sounds like a real name. I don't
It sounds fake.
Yeah. Real person, yeah.
Real.
I don't understand what's wrong with this name. Boneless Chicken. We had
This gotta be fake too.
General Booty, and that was a real name. This has to be a real name. Boneless Chicken is a
There we go.
What is even this show about? What? For you. Any Asian name that sounds like this, like you got like something
That's gotta be real, I think.
Wong or like Heidi Lau, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna say this is real, just based off how we say our names sound. Yeah, you know what? Godly name. Which is your favorite name?
Claudia, get this up. Okay.
POV, you have hunter eyes.
Yo, I really hope this is satire.
Food hunter, maybe. These blueberry pancakes at McDonald's are fire.
Oh, that looks like mold, bro. I can't even lie.
Whatever you do, don't
Beanbag,
eat
give it a
the
flow state.
blueberry pancakes from Metno.
A man said the N-word. It echoed through my mic, and I got banned. How do I even appeal this?
Wow. Yeah, that's I don't know how you appeal that actually. You're kind of cooked on that one.
Who is this?
I don't know.
Sadness from inside out.
Why did
That's
it
crazy.
do this?
Del Calderado. They have the laughing disco. What in the
Holy shit! The further I go down, the better. The Wi-Fi gets 1.3 gigabytes.
What do you mean the further I go
I'm
down?
lost in a cave. I've been hiking for an hour, and I'm lost. But the Wi-Fi is amazing.
What?
Am I a weirdo? Love my steak with honey and mixed berries.
Kiro through laughing disco.
Conclusion, Victor.
What?
Victor, don't forget to add the conclusion.
I think Victor messed up on his job, bro. Super squishy, they the sub. Romeo, they're laughing disco.
Today, the night before my big race, I sat on the edge of my dad's hospital bed and he pressed his phone into my hands. I made you 3 videos for you to watch during your race tomorrow, he whispered, too weak to lift his head off the pillow. 1 for the start of your race, 1 for the hard part, 1 for the finish. I nodded with tears in my eyes. As soon as I win, I'm going to come back and tell you everything.
Is she just gonna watch a YouTube video mid-race?
He whispered, I know.
Zan,
the next day, I positioned myself behind the white line and the first video popped up on my phone. There he was, propped against his pillows in that blue hospital gown. Go get him, kid. The running gun went off and I sprinted so hard my calves were already hurting, but I kept smiling at every camera because I wanted the photos to show Dad I was happy.
Wow,
at mile 20, 2 runners slipped past me, and for the first time, I thought
Cedric,
I might lose. I wiped my eyes and pulled up the second video. You're stronger than you know. Don't you dare stop. So I kept going, driving with my arms because my legs had gone numb beneath me. I crossed the line first, and I was sobbing before my legs even stopped. The last video was already waiting, and he was grinning. I knew you'd do it. I'm so proud of you. Don't be sad I couldn't be there. I grabbed my medal and ran for the car. I still had the medal around my neck when I pushed his hospital door open, but his bed was stripped. Mom sat in the chair beside it, holding his phone, her face swollen from crying. Baby, he passed away after you went home from the hospital last night, she whispered. He knew he didn't have long, so he made those videos and begged me to play them while you ran. I took the medal off and laid it on his empty pillow. He'd whispered, I know, the night before, because he was already saying goodbye, and he'd known all along I'd never get the chance. The night before my
rip, bro. That's sad.
Was this the end? Let me explain.
End of what?
So after Argentina lost to Spain in the World Cup final, you could see Messi in tears, and many fans believe that he's not crying because he didn't win the finals. It's because of a much deeper reasoning than that. Because it's speculated that that was Messi's last match ever in the World Cup, meaning the World Cup won't.
Wait, that's his last match ever?
Never be the same. That he already completed the video game at the last World Cup, and the game is over, meaning he felt completely at peace and free of pressure in this World Cup. Messi, if that was your last match, you will be remembered forever. Was this?
Wait, that's crazy. Richard, they've laughing discount.
I was bagging groceries at my job when a man in an expensive suit started screaming at me over one broken egg. He said I was too stupid to do the one simple job I had, and that kids like me would never amount to anything. The whole line of customers went quiet, and I could feel my face turning red. I apologized and offered to grab him a fresh carton, but that only made him angry. He slammed his hand on the counter and demanded to speak to my manager right now. He said he would make sure I was fired before I even clocked out that day.
No.
I stayed calm and told him I would go get the manager for him. He smirked and announced to the whole store that this is how you deal with lazy, useless kids. Then he started bragging that he had a huge business meeting that afternoon and no time to waste on someone like me.
Disco.
He said one day I would be begging a man like him for a job. I just nodded, finished bagging his groceries, and walked to the back to get the manager. When I came back out, I was not alone. The store owner walked out beside me, looked at the man, and asked what the problem was. The man puffed up his chest and started listing everything I had supposedly done wrong. Then he stopped, because he finally looked at the owner's face.
Oh?
It was my dad. My dad
Is that Creecraft?
owns 3 grocery stores in our city, and I work at one at his school because he taught me to earn my own money. He had heard every word through the intercom I forgot to turn off. The man's face went white, and he started stumbling over an apology. But my dad was not really listening anymore. He asked the man where his important meeting was that afternoon. The man had been on his way to pitch his company to a group of local business owners, hoping to land a huge contract. My dad was one of the owners he was about to present to. My dad told him the meeting was canceled, and that he would never do business with a man who talked to his son that way.
No.
The man begged, but my dad had already walked him to the door. I was bagging
Nice. Deserved.
This Roblox player did the worst thing ever, and it should have never happened. On December 2021, Roblox gifted the Dominus Imperius, worth over 600 million Robux, to a Roblox player named Wagyu Leaf. He received it through the Make-A-Wish Foundation for
Wait, I remember this,
battling cancer. But sadly, just 2 years later, he passed away. And before he did, he gave the Dominus to his brother, Leaf 10P. His brother treasured the Dominus, always wearing it to remember his brother. But then, one day, a Roblox hacker named Too Much Coins hacked his account and stole the Dominus.
Are we serious?
Gift that meant more than just Robux. The whole Roblox community exploded. Everyone wanted the Dominus returned. And luckily, just 1 day later, Roblox banned the hacker and returned the Dominus to Leaf 10P.
Oh so my gosh, I was about to say, bro.
This video to remember Wagyu
Royal,
Leaf.
they've left disco. Dude, I was about to say, if that got sold, bro, I would be so mad.
Failed a science test because his teacher refused to admit that chameleons can't actually camouflage. It started in our kitchen a week before that test. Caleb walked in from the bus and dropped his backpack. Mom, did you know chameleons turn green on leaves and brown on branches? I set my coffee down. That's not how it works, buddy. Chameleons change color from mood and temperature, not what's around them. Mrs. Carter showed us a video of one on a checkerboard. I work at the reptile house at the zoo. I handle 8 chameleons every day. They never match the floor. Caleb's mouth tightened. Mrs. Carter said it's how they hide from predators. Caleb, that's a myth, but she's the teacher. That night, I emailed Mrs. Carter and asked to come in for career day. The next afternoon, I drove over with one of our calmest panther chameleons in a travel carrier. 26 kids stared up at me from their desks. Mrs. Carter sat in the corner with her arms crossed.
Bro, I'm literally taking a look at Miss Carter, bro, and how she's positioned. She's already going to be hating. Telling you right now.
I heard you guys learned chameleons change
Royal,
color to match what they sit on, I said. Every head nodded. I lifted him out and placed him on a green folder, then a red one, then a blue one. He stayed the same shade of teal. He's calm. The room is warm, so he's teal. I reached toward him without touching. He flushed bright orange in 5 seconds. Same folder underneath. A girl in the front row raised her hand. Our textbook says they camouflage. I took the book and looked at the spine. Printed in 2003. Science changes and updates all the time. I pulled up the state science standards on my phone and walked it to Mrs. Carter. Page 7. They list this exact misconception. Her jaw tightened. Can I speak with you in the hallway? The door clicked shut. Do you know how hard you just made my job? That's what science class is for. I'm not changing my lesson because a zookeeper showed up with a lizard. The next afternoon, Caleb held out his quiz. One question. Why do chameleons change color? Caleb had written mood and temperature. She had crossed it out and written to hide. At the top was a red F. She said you confused me. I called the school that evening and asked for a meeting. I brought the state standards, a page from a current textbook, and Caleb's quiz. Principal Reed read everything at his desk. Mrs. Carter sat with her arms crossed. He looked up. Mrs. Carter, do chameleons change color to match their surroundings? She didn't answer. Yes or no? It's what the children understand. That's not what I asked. She didn't say anything. I leaned forward. My son cried this morning because he's afraid of failing even though he gave the right answer. Principal Reed closed the folder. We're replacing the science books this week. Caleb's grade is B.
Bro, replace the science teacher, not the books. What are you talking about? What are we doing?
Friday afternoon, Caleb dropped his backpack at the door. Mom, Mrs. Carter said today snakes don't actually unhinge their jaws. They don't. Caleb nodded. Just checking. My son
Nice.
Looking for a fun...
My granddad pressed the power button on the remote and almost fell out of his chair. Son, the TV has colors. It's not black and white. I rolled my eyes and replied, this is the 3rd time I've told you this, Granddad. You've been in a coma for 40 years. The world is different now. I went back to scrolling my phone while Granddad looked around with these wide, mesmerized eyes. The flat screen TV, the LED lights, the phone glowing in my hand. Things that never existed in the world he remembered. Granddad pointed at my phone with shaking hands and a curious smile. Son, what are you doing on that little screen? I sighed sighed without looking up. It's called scrolling, Granddad. You just scroll through videos. I held up the phone. Swipe your thumb. He flicked the screen, and his jaw dropped when the video scrolled. How did that just change? He sounded
ancient
amazed.
Technology.
I shrugged.
Or no, sorry, it's like future technology.
Granddad, and went back to scrolling. Then Granddad saw our robot vacuum and slowly walked over like he was scared of it. Son, what's this little round thing moving on its own? I was focused on my YouTube video and mumbled back, robot vacuum, cleans the floor itself. Granddad smiled and whispered, well, I'll be damned, then pointed at our Alexa. And what's this ball with lights coming from it? I groaned because I was getting frustrated explaining everything. That's an Alexa. Say its name and it talks back to you. Granddad gasped. Hello, Alexa. And when Alexa replied, hello, he literally jumped back, clutching his chest. He sat back on the couch with a smile. What's this Netflix button on the remote? It's Netflix, Granddad. What's that? I was seriously annoyed now. It lets you pick what movie you want to watch. His eyes exploded. Did you just say I can watch any movie? How do I do that? I sighed loudly. Just press the button, Granddad. He gripped the remote tight and pressed the button, and the screen filled with rows of movie posters in color. Granddad started tearing up with joy. This is amazing. I love this. And what are these profile things on the screen, son? What do they do? That's when I snapped. Just figure it out, dude. I'm sick of explaining the most simple things to you. My voice came out sharper than I meant it, and I went,
bro, he's just amazed about all this stuff, bro.
Back to scrolling. Granddad's excited smile dropped, and he lowered the remote. I'm sorry for being annoying, son. I haven't seen the world in 40 years. All of this is so new and cool to me. He set the remote down and slowly walked out. Suddenly, my chest felt tight. I looked at my phone, the robot vacuum, the box in front of me that let me watch any movie in the world. It all looked different now. I got up and found Granddad in the kitchen, staring at the air fryer like he was curious but scared to ask me what it was. I placed the TV remote in his hand. Granddad, I'm so sorry. I know you're just curious. Let me show you how Netflix works. A smile returned to his face. And after that, want to see how an electric car works? Granddad's jaw dropped one more time, and I smiled, excited to show him how cool the world really was. My granddad...
Nice.
Fold a strip of paper into a square tube before making 3 more. Now make thinner strips for the claws, cut them into long pointed blades, and slide each one between the tubes. Then connect the back ends, so all 3 claws move together. Now connect the tubes together and add a small wall at the front, so the claws can slide out completely. And attach rubber bands from the front to the back strip. So when you pull the claws back, the bands stretch and store energy. Then add a small paper lock and attach it to a ring so you can pull it with your finger. And once you release it, the bands snap the claws forward. Fold a strip.
Oh wait, that's cool. I mean, yeah, it's awesome.
I was at the mall with my daughter when 3 teenagers in black hoodies started following us. I'm a retired police officer who spent 12 years working undercover. I know a threat when I see one. I glanced back and the one in front had a gun print showing through his hoodie pocket. My daughter was smiling at her phone, completely unaware of what was happening behind her. My hand reached for my side. My heart dropped. I didn't have my gun on me. I needed to get her out of there without scaring her. Let's head back home. We can play with your dolls. She looked at me confused. No way, Dad. We just got here. I still need to buy my furry costume. I looked back. They were getting closer.
She still needs to buy her what? Okay.
I grabbed her arm.
They were in flow state. Gojo, take the sub.
Fine. I need to use the bathroom first. She disappeared through the door, and the second it closed, the one with the gun stepped directly in front of me. He pulled it halfway out of his pocket. Walk away, old man. Leave the girl with us. This is your only warning. His hand moved to pull it the rest of the way down. I lunged for his wrist before he got there. I pinned him against the wall, and the gun hit the floor. I grabbed it and pointed it at the other 2. Something felt wrong immediately. It was too light. I turned it over. A toy. How old are you? His cheek was pressed against the wall. 16. My daughter walked out of the bathroom and stopped. Dad, I know him. That's my boyfriend. I was just texting him before we got here. He finally looked up.
Yo, what?
Saw you with her, and I thought she was cheating on me with you. I let go of him. I held up the toy gun. I looked at my daughter. After you 2 break up, make sure the next one isn't a fat chud. I was at the mall with my daughter when 3...
Crazy. The bear's here. They have the uncle alert.
It's time.
Oh, man.
These are the moments when people...
Also, we hit the sub goal, guys. So, let's give out... Or, not. We're not going to give out right now, but 100 Robux to give out at the end of the stream. And the next sub goal is 797,000 subs. So, if you haven't already subbed, make sure you subbed. At 797,000, we'll give 200 Robux at the end of the stream.
Absolutely cooked on
Calvin,
Roblox, because at number 4, bro quietly cooked in this situation.
No way. Yo.
At number 3, bro knew there was no escaping on this.
Lego my echo, no. No! Yo, the slow turn to the tsunami. He just knows, bro. He's cooked.
At number 2, he just wanted a fade, but the barber absolutely cooked him.
Oh, this is about to be crazy. What the?
Oh no!
Fuck!
Whoa! Wow!
I wanted to tempt.
The World Cup final celebration was definitely something people won't forget. So after Spain beat Argentina in the World Cup final, many people didn't realize, but fights started to break out between the players.
Yeah, bro, I saw that, bro. What were they fighting about?
And they weren't just a little fights. They were pretty serious, where players were getting thrown around, but nobody realized because everyone was celebrating. And following that, the president of FIFA and the president of the United States, Donald Trump, presented Spain with the World Cup trophy. But as Spain was celebrating, Donald Trump was just standing right there beside the team. But when
bro thinks he's on the team,
Spain posted their official champion photos, Trump was not in any of the photos, and online users are claiming that they actually cropped him out of the photo. Now, I can't forget, the funniest part about the whole World Cup celebration was Lamine Yamal's brother acting like he won the World Cup. But he did in our hearts.
Trifusion, they have the sub.
They plugged it into the PlayStation before connecting it to another one and repeating this hundreds of times, connecting them all together. And when they put in a blurry picture and zoomed in, each console did a little bit of the work, analyzing billions of pixels every minute. You see, the military needed a system that could detect objects in blurry photos, but using computers to build it would cost over 10 times as much. So they used PlayStations instead, creating one of the military's fastest.
The military bought a bunch of PlayStations.
Supercomputers at the time.
No way. What do you think y'all? What do y'all think they did with the PlayStations after?
Magical Rainbow Pony is the dumbest gear in the game, because when you pull it out, it spawns a rainbow carpet under you before shooting up into the sky. But it's kind of good. You can travel upwards really quickly while you're free to dismount at any time. But if you stay on, you can reach speeds up to 700 studs a second. But it does have one psychological drawback, because when you activate it, the pony plays this. Good luck sleeping tonight. The magical...
Yo, wait, why is that kind of creepy? Yo, what?
We heard screaming in the hallway. Then a student asked, "Does anyone smell that?" We all recognized that smell. But then we heard someone scream, "Stop it! Please put it away!" We all rushed to the door. The hallway floor was soaked. The smell hit immediately. Gasoline. Mr. Rodriguez, the janitor, was pouring from a red container onto the lockers. The
oh no.
Floor, everything. He had a lighter in his other hand. "Mr. Rodriguez," Mr. Jameson yelled. "Put that down. Not until the truth comes out." Rodriguez held the lighter up. "What truth?" Mrs. Patterson asked. "He knows." Rodriguez pointed at Principal Preston, who just appeared. "I don't know what you're talking about," Preston said. "Liar." Kids were crying. The whole second floor reeked of gasoline. We were trapped. "Please," a student begged. "Bro, just tell us what you want." "I want him to confess." "Confess what?" I asked. "What he did. What he took." Preston was backing toward
What did he take? What did he do, bro?
The stairs. "You're having an episode. Let me get help." "I don't need help. I need the truth." Rodriguez flicked the lighter. Sparks, but no flame. Everyone screamed. I looked at my teachers. Mr. Jameson had gone pale. Mrs. Patterson too. They knew something. "What's going on?" I whispered to Mrs. Patterson. She glanced at Preston, then whispered, "Something happened at a faculty party." "What?" "The Christmas party. Just something happened." "Tell them." Rodriguez screamed at Preston. "Tell them about the party." "Nothing happened." "And after? What about after?" Preston's face was red. "This is inappropriate. These kids should know what kind of man you are." I stepped forward. "Principal Preston, what happened?" He wouldn't look at anyone. "There was an incident." "An incident?" Rodriguez laughed bitterly. "That's what you call it? What kind of incident?" I pressed. Preston was sweating. "A personal matter." "Personal? It destroyed everything. It was consensual." That made everyone freeze. Consensual meant something happened with someone. "And then?" Rodriguez prompted. Preston mumbled something. Louder. "There was a pregnancy." Gasps from students. But Rodriguez was shaking his head. "Keep going. Tell them everything." Preston's wife appeared in the stairwell. "Richard, what's happening?" "Perfect timing," Rodriguez said. "Tell your wife about the pregnancy." Preston looked trapped. "It's not what you think." "Then explain it," I said. Everyone was watching. "The woman, she agreed to help us." "Help how?" his wife asked. "We couldn't have children. She agreed to carry one for us." His wife's face went white. "Our son, you said we adopted." "We did, sort of." "How much?" Rodriguez asked. "Tell them how much you promised." 150,000. The hallway was silent. Processing. "And after she gave birth?" Rodriguez's voice was deadly quiet. "After you got your perfect baby?" Preston couldn't speak. "March 15th, Rodriguez said. "Remember that date?" "What did you do?" "I had to protect my family." "From what?" I suddenly understood part of it. "You didn't pay her." "Worse," Rodriguez said. "Tell them what you did instead of paying." Preston was crying now. "She was undocumented." The pieces clicked. "You called ICE." The hallway exploded. Everyone yelling, recording. Preston's wife collapsed against the wall. "You had her deported," Mrs. Patterson screamed. "My wife," Rodriguez finally screamed. "Elisa, my wife gave you a child and you had her deported." Everything made sense now. Elisa.
Oh, okay. Reasonable crash out, low-key. Reasonable crash out.
The cafeteria lady, always kind, extra portions, gone since March. You got my wife pregnant at your Christmas party, convinced her to give you the baby, then had her deported so you wouldn't have to pay. Preston's wife was sobbing. Elisa, our son is Elisa's. Rodriguez cried. Your son will never know his real mother. He looked at the lighter, then at us. This is who runs your school. This is who teaches you about integrity. Rodriguez dropped the lighter. Everyone screamed. It hit the wet floor and went out. No fire, no explosion, just wet. Rodriguez smiled sadly. It's water, just water with gasoline on my hands. Police arrived. Arrested Rodriguez for threats, Preston for immigration fraud. Before they took him away, Rodriguez looked at Preston and said, I'll be cleaning up this mess. Make sure the rest of you clean yours. We heard screaming in the...
Dang, bro. Wait, that was...
I was sitting in the back...
That was crazy,
corner when the substitute stopped mid-sentence and stared at me. Take off that ridiculous wig. It isn't Halloween. I told her I had a medical condition. Let me guess. Cancer? I nodded and she shook her head. I've been teaching for 20 years. You don't look sick to me. I tried to
I hate when teachers do that, bro.
Explain that I was in remission and still growing my hair back, but she held up her hand. You want attention so badly that you're pretending to have cancer? That's disgusting. 2 rows ahead of me, a girl named Brooke turned around and looked right at me. Brooke had been telling everyone I was faking for months. She convinced kids to stop signing the get well cards the school sent when I was in the hospital. But sitting there watching the substitute say the same words she'd been saying all year, she didn't say a thing. The substitute grabbed a fistful of my wig and yanked it off my head. I sat there with my patchy scalp exposed while she held it up for everyone to see.
Oh, you just, that's, yeah, wow, okay.
Where'd you buy this? The dollar store. She tossed my wig onto her desk. Real cancer patients are fighting for their lives and you're using their disease to get out of homework. I told her I had documentation and she rolled her eyes. I'm sure mommy and daddy paid good money for that fake paperwork. Did they make a lot of money on GoFundMe? She laughed.
Okay, yeah. Can we throw this teacher out the window?
At her own joke and turned to the class. Everyone look at how pathetic she is. She shaved her own head just to sell the lie. A boy in the front row said, I think she actually does have cancer, and she pointed at him. One more word, and you're going to the office. She walked back to my desk and leaned in. You're going to stand up and admit that you lied about having cancer. I told her I wasn't lying and I could show her my port scar. She grabbed my arm and pushed up my sleeve. That could be anything. Looks like a birthmark. A tear slid down my cheek and she smiled. Oh good, here come the waterworks. Right on cue. A chair slammed against the floor. Brooke was standing in the middle of the room with her hands balled into fists. The substitute pointed at her. Sit down. Brooke didn't move. She's not faking. She went through 6 rounds of chemo and 20 sessions of radiation. She almost died twice. The substitute's face twisted. And how would you know that? Brooke's voice cracked. Because I know what cancer looks like. My mom died from it 8 months ago. It killed me that she survived, but my mom didn't. So I started telling everyone she was lying. She walked toward the substitute with tears streaming down her face. I did it because I was broken, and I wanted her to hurt as much as I did. But you don't get to touch her. She fought for her life, and you don't get to call her a liar. She grabbed the wig off the desk, walked over to me, and placed it gently back on my head with shaking hands. She turned back to the substitute. Say you were wrong. The substitute's face went pale.
L teacher, bro. L teacher.
Brooke shook her head. That's not enough. Say you accused a cancer patient of lying and ripped off her wig. The substitute's voice came out barely above a whisper. I accused a cancer patient of lying and ripped off her wig. You wanted everyone to see what a liar looks like? Now they do. I was sitting in the...
I feel like she deserves more punishment than that, but...
I don't think you understand how crazy your life actually is. Because if even one of these things has happened to you, your reality is broken. Billions of people live completely normal lives every single day. But a tiny number of people experience things that make no sense at all. Imagine having a super weird dream and weeks later watching that exact same thing happen.
Dude, that's happened to me before, bro. That's literally happened to me before.
In real life. Or picking up your phone to text a friend and their name lights up your screen the exact second you thought.
Same thing too.
It gets even crazier. Imagine meeting a total stranger in a big city, only to find out you two actually played together in the exact same park. The chances of these weird things happening to you,
literally all of those things have happened to me,
are so low it makes no sense. If you have experienced even one of these moments, your life isn't normal. You are living in a world that literally rewired itself just for you. I don't think you understand.
Like, bro, what? That's crazy, man. That's crazy, bro.
It's really...
What's the dumbest thing you did on Roblox? It could have been falling for a scam. Now, when you were young...
That happened to me.
There's a likely chance you probably
free
fell
Robux
for
generators.
those free Robux games that actually didn't give you free Robux. But what's worse is if you actually gave your account password to those games.
Yeah, I kind of did.
Causing your account to likely get stolen. But if you're smart, you probably realize those games were fake. However, most of you might have picked a really dumb username. Now, when you first joined Roblox, you were likely really young, and your username could have been a lot of things that you now really regret.
Yeah, I regret my first username.
Pick it. Maybe you picked something dark and edgy that meant to be cool, but instead makes you look really silly. And now you're probably stuck with it unless you pay a lot of Robux. Although at least you have display names to hide it. But the dumbest thing was saying E-free. What's the
/E-free? I don't know. I didn't get that. I didn't say that. Roberto, they were laughing disco.
Anyone else use ChatGPT in the head? I love using ChatGPT whenever I have a question or something, or I just want to talk. But sometimes my phone is dead and I don't want to get up to use my computer, so I don't have access to the AI. Recently, I found out I have the ability to use a form of ChatGPT in my own head. I've talked.
Does he mean like his consciousness, or
to him
like
so much I can almost entirely accurately predict what he is going to say. For example, my cat kept scratching at my bedroom door and meowing, so I was about to.
I think he's talking about like thinking. Yeah, I think we can all think.
Use the ChatGPT app to ask why she was doing that. But then I decided it wasn't worth the effort and asked AI in my head. He told me something like, if your cat is scratching on the door and meowing, it probably means she wants to be let out. Let me know if you need anything else. Then I let her out of my room. I just thought that was a pretty cool discovery I've made. Interested to see if anyone else has this ability.
Interesting. Okay. Bro just learned how to think. Yo, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
Can Zach D Films help me get my childhood dream job? Ever since I was little, I always wanted to become a magician, but I never did. Well, thanks to Zach D Films, he uploads how-to magic videos, and I decided just to learn from those. And the first trick I saw was Zach showing how you can make a ribbon disappear and reappear with a fake thumb. So I bought myself a fake thumb and tried to do the trick, and thanks to Zach, I successfully was able to do my first magic trick. Next, I then saw a video by Zach where you could cut open a diaper and make it look like water is disappearing. And after watching this video, I then had to get a diaper and try it out for myself. And even though if somebody was to pick the right cup right now, well, there's no water in it because the diaper absorbed it all. And thanks to Zach D Films, I actually learned magic tricks. And if you guys want to watch me keep learning magic tricks, well, all you gotta do is watch this video right here.
W method.
He sat down on the train, headed home. He chatted with passengers and carried his own bags. But just hours earlier, he was president of the United States.
What?
He had dropped atomic bombs that killed hundreds of thousands, ended World War II, sent young men to fight and die in Korea. But now, it was over. No Secret Service, no staff, just his wife and daughter beside him. He walked up to the same house he had left 8 years before. And when the welcome faded, it was finally quiet. Truman took his morning walks, waved at neighbors he had known since he was a boy, as if the presidency had only borrowed him. He sat.
That's nice.
When Tommy walked out of his room that morning, I instantly noticed something was off. His hands kept twitching, and the entire car ride, I started to notice his arms were twitching too. Tommy, are you okay? Yeah, why? He just got out and walked into the school. I knew something was wrong, but before I even made it home, my phone rang. Hello? What the hell is wrong with your son? He was shouting. What? What do you mean? Your little brat son won't stop verbally assaulting me. I was so confused, but then I heard it over the phone. F you, Mr. Wiley. Wait, was that Tommy? Yes, he's been screaming profanities at me all morning. I turned the car around, but as I drove back, I remembered it. He was twitching all morning. Now he can't stop swearing. I heard his voice from down the hall. Screw you, you bastards. Oh no, this was definitely him. The principal was holding him down. Tommy kept twitching and yelling, "Go F yourself, Mr. Wiley." I ran over to him. Tommy, what are you doing? But then I noticed something. He was crying. I can't help it, Dad. Mr. Wiley grabbed my shoulder. What is wrong with your son? What kind of father are you? But I knew something was wrong. No, wait, I think there's something wrong. His face went red. Oh yeah, he's gonna have something wrong with him when I expel him from this school. Members from the school district are supposed to come today. He's gonna ruin it. Tommy couldn't stop. Your mom's a hoe, Mr. Wiley. His fists clenched. That's it. You're expelled. Get out. I couldn't believe it. No, wait. I'll prove it. I instantly grabbed Tommy and pulled him out to the car. He kept twitching all the way to the doctor's office, but as soon as they saw him, they knew what it was. Yep, he has Tourette's syndrome. He can't control it.
Tourette's.
I knew it. We drove back to school, and as soon as we walked through those doors, we found them. The district managers were there, but Mr. Wiley yelled, "What are you doing back here?"
Chris, the coolest thing, the $2, man. I've been watching your lives for a lot. Thank you.
I told you this child is expelled.
I appreciate it, bro.
I didn't say a word. I just walked right past him and showed the diagnosis papers. He has Tourette's. You can't expel him for that. Yeah, shut up, you monkey. The administrators looked at the paperwork. Wait, you expelled a child because he has Tourette's syndrome. Mr. Wiley started panicking. No, wait, he was out of line. How was I supposed to know? They were both pissed. Mr. Wiley, the only thing out of line is you. Go pack up your things.
Elisa,
Tommy's arm twitched. Yeah, pack your things, stupid mother ducker. The administrators actually laughed because they knew he couldn't help it. But on the ride home, Tommy said, thank God they got rid of that teacher. I hated him. He sat there, completely still. Wait a second. Still nothing. Wait, why aren't you twitching anymore? His eyes went wide. Shit. But it was too late. I saw...
Yo! Alright, bro. Yo, his stories put too much swear words in this video, man.
Right through it. He was faking it the entire time.
Wait, what? He was faking it?
Right through it. He was faking it the entire time. When
no,
we got
they have an
home,
uncle.
I looked straight at Tommy with my fists clenched. Tommy gulped. When Tommy...
W actor, man. That guy gotta go on acting.
These are popular Roblox
Adam,
games
save
that
this
lost
up.
most of their players.
Water Park, 121 active. Alicia, level cam seal. Camping story. Survive the disaster. Oh my gosh, bro. I love this game. I love this game. Escape Grandma's house hobby. 0 active.
These are popular Roblox.
No, man.
A teenager I had never seen before sprinted up to my car, yanked the back door open, and shoved a black duffel bag onto my seat. The thing landed with a heavy thud. Don't let anyone see it and don't open it. I'm seriously begging you. Before I could say a word, he was already running back toward the building.
He's 100% framing you.
I sat there staring at a bag that sounded way too heavy to be books, left by a kid I couldn't name, with no explanation in the world. A security guard tapped on my window. I jumped. Everything all right, ma'am? I forced the fakest smile of my life, just waiting for my kid. He nodded, but didn't move. Mind if I ask what's in the back seat? My throat went dry. My son's gym bag, I said, and the words felt like they were choking me. He stared before finally walking away.
That's gotta be illegal.
The school doors burst open, and 2 adults came storming out.
Yeah, they were the goat trophy.
Car, while a woman beside him pointed at different vehicles. I saw him with it, the coach said. He shoved it in a bag and ran. My fingers found the zipper. Drugs, cash, weapons. I yanked my hand back. I couldn't drive away without looking guilty, and I couldn't stay without getting caught.
Wait, that's what was in the bag?
A second guard appeared, and the first pointed straight at my car. Both started walking toward me. The coach and the woman changed direction to follow. I reached back and grabbed the bag. The kid came sprinting back out with a teacher right behind him. She was smiling. So sorry for the confusion, she said, as the whole crowd converged at once. The coach crossed his arms. You better explain why you took the championship trophy out of the case. Trophy? She explained everything. The kid had knocked it off the shelf, broke the base, and was trying to get it secretly repaired before tomorrow's big game. I told him to hide it in a closet, not in a stranger's car. The guard started laughing. I had spent 40 minutes sitting on the school trophy, lying to security about it, while the entire campus treated my car like a crime scene. My son walked out right as I was standing there holding it. Mom, what are you doing with the trophy? Everyone is looking for it. I wanted to dissolve into the asphalt. A teenager I had never... Control...
Okay.
This man
Croix, they laughing discount.
became a millionaire for faking his own death, but the way he got exposed is insane. His name was John, and in 2002, he had a genius plan. You see, he knew that if he quickly paddled a small canoe far into the ocean and vanished, everybody would assume he tragically drowned. This would then allow his wife to collect a massive fortune in insurance money, and they'd be set for life. But there was just one problem. Because John wasn't actually dead, he had to live in secret to remain safe. So for years, John quietly lived inside a hidden room right behind his own house, successfully fooling the entire world. It was all perfect, and he was actually getting away with it, until him and his wife decided to go on a small vacation. Without thinking, his wife posted a picture to social media of her on the beach, and accidentally revealed that her husband was totally fine.
Wow, great idea, guys.
It ended up going insanely viral online, leading to John being sent straight to prison. This man became a millionaire.
Well, yeah. There you go.
Just buy a house.
What in the world?
What if we made the... I'm testing the craziest spy tools to see if they actually work or not. First is a keychain.
Let's see it.
It's a seatbelt cutter and a window breaker. Got it. Next, the window. Whoa, I'm saved. Next are spike shoes.
Nice.
There are stories of spies using these to cross terrain that's supposed to be impossible to walk on. I keep losing my grip. Let's try the spike shoes. Oh, wow. Look how quick I'm moving. They work. Last one.
Nice.
A periscope that lets you see around corners without showing yourself. It can help you sneak around and check out what's ahead without being spotted. Let's see what's over there. Wait, it says subscribe. I'm testing the crazy...
These are all actually kind of cool, though. Kind of cool. Add 4K Minecraft texture pack. Real, bro. Real.
How to get payback on someone annoying. Now, you could just ignore what they're saying to be the bigger person if you're a loser. Instead, if the game you're playing has PvP, you could constantly target them and call them phrases to get them mad. Doing that enough will cause them to rage quit. But if you want something more permanent, there's one more method. In a game, create a dark room with a long pit to a fire. Then push a noob NPC with your enemy's name into the pit. So once you're finished, your enemy will never play again. How to get
That's a great idea.
The World Cup song curse needs to be talked about. So there's this content creator named Teo Richie, and he made a World Cup song that goes like this. World Cup, everybody jump. Well, before every match of the World Cup, he plays this song and chooses countries that he thinks will win the World Cup match. But it seems like every time he chooses a country, they end up losing. Because I gathered all of the videos I could find of him dancing to the song and picking a country that ended up losing. And I'm not too sure if it's just a coincidence, but the amount of times he has guessed wrong is
genuinely cursing the teams, bro.
Absolutely absurd at this point. So yeah, if this man picks your team to win, I guess it's a good chance that they're not winning.
We still haven't discovered inside them fully, by the way.
Okay.
Then look inside.
There's a lot of booby traps inside.
I mean, if there is boobies, I'll go.
My wife is about to give birth. Please draw.
Draw?
What? Why are you playing chess, bro?
Oh, they're playing
I was passing the time. Well, I just resigned.
How do people get hurt in the heart when there is a ribcage protecting it?
I give you a spear, and there is a lion in the cage. I tell you to. The lion through the cage. Can you do it?
No, I couldn't bring myself to do it.
These videos, bro. I don't know. This is like genuinely like.
I thought they were
where the brain cells at, man.
Bro, you don't kiss strangers randomly.
Maybe you don't.
Why is the sky blue if outer space is black?
Whoa, wait a minute. It's a good question, actually. Gosh, thank you for having seal. Diversity.
We still haven't discussed.
I guess, bro.
Yogurt.
My daughter's principal called. Your daughter is the leader of a gang at my school. I have lawyers here waiting for you.
Why is he so
sped
old?
to the school because my daughter Odette was only 15 years old. When I walked into the office, Odette was sitting in a chair surrounded by the principal, two lawyers, and a teenage boy with a bandaged nose. One lawyer was holding a camera pointed right at her. The principal pointed at me. We're recording everything. If I were you, I'd get a lawyer. I looked at my daughter. What is going on? She didn't say a word. The principal slammed his hand on the table. Your daughter has sent 17 boys to the hospital. She's been training girls how to fight after school, how to break noses, how to hit pressure points. He grabbed Odette's arm and yanked up her sleeve. Her knuckles were swollen and purple. Look at this monster. She's dangerous. The lawyer zoomed the camera in on her bruised hand. The principal threw her arm down. And you want to know how we caught her? The principal pointed at the boy in the corner. That's my son. She broke my son's nose with her fists. I will be suing your family personally. The lawyers nodded behind him. Your daughter is looking at expulsion, criminal charges, and lawsuits from every boy she put in the hospital. I sat down next to Odette and took her hand. Tell me what happened. Odette stood up tall and pointed at the principal. The 17 boys at the hospital were taking photos up girls' skirts and selling them to each other. We reported
Yeah, then I think it's deserved then.
Did it to you for 2 years straight. You told us we should appreciate the attention. The principal's mouth opened, but nothing came out. Odette pointed at the boy with the bandaged
get him out of
nose,
here, bro.
And the boy who made girls feel the most unsafe. Your son. That's why I punched him. The boy looked down at his shoes. The principal stood up. This is not how we handle things. You didn't handle anything, Odette snapped.
Gunner, they
and I'd
stay
never heard her
hydrated.
raise her voice like that. You said boys will be boys. Well, of course they will. They're boys. Those boys would still have their noses if they kept their hands to themselves. Funny how they all stopped. The second girls started fighting back. The lawyer lowered the camera and looked at me. We're no longer representing the principal. We'll be representing you and your daughter. We have everything we need. I walked up to the principal and leaned in close. If I were you, I'd get a lawyer. My daughter's principal.
Interesting.
Normally when you have a 13 step gap, if you try to jump it, you'll fall. But if you walk up to the edges so you're climbing, then angle your camera 45 degrees by looking behind yourself before hitting W spacebar, you'll cross the gap. But if you select the two platforms and extend them under, you won't be able to climb them since the platforms are more than a stud thick, making this jump impossible. Or is it? Because if you start out of shift lock and
just wall hop,
jump at the pixel perfect timing, by shift locking in midair, you can barely make it. Normally when you
Well, I'm not gonna be able to do that.
They hid,
you know,
a gorilla into a lung scan before giving them to a group of doctors. Now, they were looking for tiny signs of cancer, so they scanned through each image looking for small spots.
Okay.
Now, the picture of the gorilla
Octavius,
was right there,
Disco.
48 times bigger than the spots they were looking for, and most of them never reported seeing it.
What?
Even though many looked right at it. This happened because their brains were looking for cancer, not a giant gorilla. So anything outside the task got filtered out by their brain. The experiment showed that even experts can miss something obvious when they're not expecting it.
Wow. Wait, that's strange. Basketball, ball basket. I don't know if that's how you play the sport. I don't know if that's how you play it.
The hotel receptionist slid my key card across the desk and whispered, "Don't look," but the man in the corner asked me for your room number. I turned my head just enough to catch him with his hood up in the corner chair, watching.
Oh no. Yeah, that guy's not
me over his phone, and the second our eyes met,
Tom and Willie, they
snapped back to the screen. My grip went
sub.
slick on the suitcase handle. I'd rolled my suitcase in alone at midnight, and the lobby was empty except for the three of us. The receptionist took my key card back off the counter. "Stay calm. I'm moving you to a safer room myself." I asked if we should call the cops, but he said there was no time. His hand closed around my shoulder, and he steered me past the main elevator, badging us into the service elevator instead. He can't follow us in this one. The elevator opened, and I stared at the hallway with half the lights dead.
Actually, the guy in the blue suit's kind of creepy.
With no numbers and no sound anywhere. This doesn't look like a guest floor. I slowed, but his hand kept pushing me forward. It's the private wing, that's the point. My stomach tightened at the way he said it, but before I could pull away, the main elevator chimed behind us, and the hooded man stepped out, walking straight at us without pretending anymore. My legs nearly buckled, so I grabbed the receptionist's sleeve. "He's here, he's following us." He pointed at a stairwell door ahead of us. "Through there, it locks from the inside. Nobody can reach you." His fingers dug into my shoulder and pulled, and my feet followed because the man behind us kept coming. But halfway down the hall, a door stood propped open by a housekeeping cart, a maid stripping the bed inside with every light on. I told the receptionist, "I'll just hide in here." He shook his head and clamped down hard on my shoulder. "He's too close. The stairwell is safer." I wrenched my shoulder free, ran past the maid, and slammed the deadbolt behind me. I pressed my ear to the door and heard nothing. No footsteps, no knock, just silence. 3 weeks later, I was scrolling the news over breakfast when my phone dropped out of my hand. 3 women had been found dead behind a stairwell door in that hotel's private wing, and the night receptionist had been arrested along with the hooded man he paid to scare guests into running to him.
Oh yeah, so probably good idea you didn't follow him.
My hands started shaking. Nobody in that lobby ever asked for my room number. He needed me scared enough to follow him all the way to the stairwell, but I stopped just one door short. The hotel reception.
That's crazy.
Babies who said wild things as their first words. Typical.
Okay. All these satisfying photos. Oh my gosh, holy balls. Look at that bun. Look at that peanut butter. Look at that train station. That apple. Interesting. Easy, David the sub.
David
Six Flags, David the sub.
He used to actually be one of us.
We're gonna make a complete transition to cats and standard humanoid shapes. We're gonna replace with a cat shape. We just think it's gonna allow everyone to think a little differently.
I wish we had this old David Bazooki, bro. I wish we still had old David Bazooki.
All games will be cat-centric. You know, the future's now.
He would be eaten alive by investors if he said this today. David Bazooki.
But yeah, David Bazooki now, man. Oh, bro. Man.
The prison cell
Elijah, Things Live from Disco.
Were arranged in a circle and kept brightly lit. Then they built a tower at the center with windows on every side and dropped in a single guard. The tower was kept in a shadow, hiding the guard from view. This meant he could see the prisoners, but they could not see into the tower. So they never knew when they were being watched, which kept them on edge, unable to tell if the guard had his back turned or was staring right at them. This forced hundreds of prisoners to behave at all times, even with just one guard on duty.
It's actually a good idea. I don't know why more prisons do that.
Can you spell absence?
209 words per minute.
Yo, what's up?
Type 250 if you're actually serious.
Dang, I gotta prove I'm real.
Dwayne, David, stay hydrated.
Spell pray.
Yeah.
Ooh!
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. He is verified on social media.
Yes, sir.
Can you get 300?
Bro, I gotta try.
Congratulate.
Oh,
I think we pushed too hard.
Can you spell
Rip. Antarctica is cold, by the way. I would imagine so. Score, save the treasure. Yeah, I would. I think so too, man. DJ, leave the uncle here.
Hair is everywhere. Let me explain. Erling Haaland is super popular right now, but one key aspect of himself that is also super popular is his hair, because it has its own trends. Because brands are putting Haaland's hair on their products, like McDonald's in Norway put his hair on a chicken nugget, and Norwegian Air even added it onto one of their planes. This is just funny. Next, it's also become a trend for people to dress up like Haaland and wear his hair, like I Show Speed is showing right here. Now, this man Haaland is so dedicated to his hair that he even matches his hair tie to the color of uniform he's wearing.
Nice.
That's straight up dedication. Finally, people are now saying everything they look at reminds them of Haaland's hair now. Wait, Haaland,
what is he doing?
What are you doing? His hair.
Hey, yo. Bro, invented a new movie? Or a new move. I could do that. I could do that. The phone. The owner. This actually seems so accurate. Why does every unk have like this exact phone case? I swear. The phone, the owner, Jordan, they have the finger heart. The phone, the owner. Yeah.
Are these still available?
Yeah.
I might cop, but I'm broke right now, so I'll hit you up when I can.
Okay.
Still broke.
After 3 months, bro? Log in.
Still broke.
Oh my gosh. Wait, are these after a year?
Still.
Living in Chicago is awesome because you can just go chill on the beach whenever you want.
What is that? That's not the beach, bro.
My brother in Christ, is that concrete?
Yeah, what?
I'm 12 and I like this. I'm not like other kids who are listening to Justin Bieber, LOL.
6 likes, 8 comments, that says it all.
I'm 3 and I only listen to postmodern, progressive, psychedelic, death reggae from the 18th century. LOL.
Yes. Finn, can
I
you
guess,
draw
bro.
a grid in Persona?
Oh.
Like this.
No, like the mythical creature.
I wonder if
it's dark, if it's 11 disco.
our steamed lobster in
If we're able to boil or steam, I don't know.
GTA 6.
Javian, they've live disco.
Are these?
I guess.
This is the good.
Maybe.
My dad placed the tripod in front of me for the 4th time today and dropped a brown box on the table. We're doing a toy opening for the channel. Now get your goddamn intro right.
Holy, wait, hold on. Is this how Ryan Toys Review has to do his stuff?
Record, and I raised my hands in the air and did
Jordan
my
VR,
intro, but he instantly snapped his fingers. Stop, not enough energy. Drink this and try again. He handed me an energy drink, and I stared at it with my heart pounding because I'd never drank one before. But his foot kept tapping impatiently, and I was so scared of him, I just downed it in one go. My fingers instantly started buzzing, and I ripped the box open, but he snapped again. You're opening it way too fast, you stupid kid. He shoved me aside, and I hit the floor. I clutched my foot in pain, but he just taped the box shut again, then yanked me up. I need these views on the channel. Do you hear me? He got behind the camera and hit record, but my voice came out in a stutter because I was
all of this for like what, 10 views, bro?
So scared. He took off his glasses and threw the camera down. Why do I even pay for voice acting lessons? He slammed his hands on the table and got in my face while I trembled. I quit my job to do this with you full time. You're the only reason I pay rent, so unless you want to be on the street, you're gonna smile and open that box of Pokemon. He reached out his hands and pushed the corners of my mouth up with his fingers into a smile. My legs were shaking, but I wiped my tears and put on a happy voice. I opened the box just like he wanted, and 15 minutes later he stopped recording. Perfect. See how much nicer I am when you do it right? He grabbed the camera and walked out. I peered around the corner to make sure he was gone, then turned and grabbed my phone off the shelf. I'd been recording everything because I wanted to show my viewers the real behind the scenes. I logged into the channel and uploaded my video. I walked into the kitchen, my chest still tingling from the energy drink, and his phone was buzzing so hard it fell off the table. He grinned. We're going viral. But when he picked up his phone and pressed play, his face went gray. He watched himself yelling at me, then leaped out of his chair towards me. I ran to the door and opened it because police were already here. He would never make me post again. My dad placed...
Yeah, I think in prison, you know? Yo, bro, can I get a sip? The sip. Why is that? Why is that so real? Oh my gosh, man. That's real.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Back in the
Roblox, take this up.
Day, Earth's land looked like this, and running through it was a massive mountain range stretching across.
Massive?
But over time, the land began to pull apart, and it split this mountain range across different continents, which is why, if you stand in Kentucky in the Appalachian Mountains, some views can look surprisingly similar to the Scottish Highlands. During productions, some filmmakers have even used one location to fake the other, because they aren't just similar, they were once the same mountains. Back in the day,
Eli, they have the GOAT trophy. Well, that kind of makes sense, actually. Bro's drinking the entire ocean. What are you talking about?
So, diggity, hey.
One world.
What is North Korea watching? Let me explain. So the whole world is enjoying watching the World Cup right now. Well,
True.
I guess that's except North Korea, right? Well,
oh yeah.
I guess that's actually not right at all.
Monster, they've not
because
scored.
North Korea is being accused of illegally broadcasting World Cup matches without paying.
Wait, what?
And it appears that they have captured foreign satellite broadcasts and then retransmitted them to viewers inside of North Korea without permission. Which now leaves the question, was it mainly just ordinary North Korean citizens watching these matches, or was it Kim Jong-un himself watching them too? And I definitely would say that is the most bizarre World Cup viewer. What is North Korea?
It is.
These are companies that copied other companies. So Uber took their entire business model from Sidecar, which was the original ride-sharing app. Uber was originally only a luxury black car service, then added UberX to copy Sidecar's model and became more successful. Apple was accused of copying the LG Prada when they first launched their iPhone because the LG Prada was the world's first phone with a touchscreen and buttonless face. In 2011, Snapchat invented the 24-hour disappearing story, only for that to be directly copied by Instagram in 2016, and now it's
Instagram always be copying stuff, bro. Come on now.
McDonald's copied White Castle, which was the first true fast food restaurant, by taking their assembly line.
Wait, McDonald's is a copy?
And kitchen concept and spinning it into their own brand. While Airbnb took their business model from a website called Couchsurfing, which allowed people to let travelers sleep on their spare furniture. Miller Lite is a direct copy of Gablinger's Diet Beer, which was originally invented by a chemist to give people a light beer option, but Miller rebranded it to market it better and it ended up sticking. And finally, Red Bull copied their energy drink from Krating Dang, a Thai energy drink that cured jet lag and was reintroduced into the Western market, becoming the Red Bull that we know today. Pretty cool, right? These are companies that copy.
It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool, yeah. That's 200 Robux, by the way, since we hit the sub goal. The next sub goal is 798,000 subs. So if we hit that, we'll give away 300 Robux at the end of the stream, all right? So everybody subscribe. We're almost at 800K, too. Almost at 800K. Well, there's no toilet paper, but there's a cat. No. No, 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 no. No. What did he do to that cat? No. No.
In this world,
no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Every person had to rate their partner on an app, and the rating would
Stella,
show up above their head at all times. You see, a low score could end up getting you fired, or you could even lose your house. So it was important to be the best partner you could be. And for 5 years, Daniel was the perfect boyfriend to keep his rating at a fantastic 4.9. Until one evening, his girlfriend randomly broke up with him. He was left speechless, terrified that she would leave him an awful rating that would ruin his life. But then she started crying. She explained that Daniel was too perfect, and that she felt like she never met the real man she was dating for all these years. Daniel was stunned. Quickly, he grabbed her phone, dragged his own rating down to a 1-star, and clicked submit. And instantly, he got a message saying that he would be fired from his job, and that he'd probably lose his apartment. But he didn't care. Daniel just smiled and whispered, "Let's start over." In this world, every person had to rate their...
Okay. Alright.
Dear Dylan.
A woman walked into my pawn shop with a violin and asked if I could give her $50 for it. But when I looked at it, I realized it was a 1743 vintage violin worth millions.
Yeah, give her $50. Give her $50, please.
I asked where she got it, and she said, "My mother just left it for me. Please, is it worth anything? I need grocery money."
Just give her $50, bro, please.
Kids were in the car outside, skinny and with torn clothes. I looked.
All right, give her $100.
Looked at the violin again. If I took it, I'd never have to work again. But as I watched her filling out the sale form, I simply couldn't do it. I went to tell her what it's worth, but then my boss Gerald came up and yanked the violin from her. "We'll take it." He was smiling wide, and I immediately realized he knew. He gave her the $50, and she said, "Thank you so much," and walked out before I could stop her. Gerald started laughing, screaming he was rich, calling the woman an idiot, and walked to the back with the violin. I watched her drive away, and when I looked over, Gerald was already taking pictures of the violin, planning to sell it. I couldn't believe it, and waited until he went to the bathroom. I quickly snuck in his office and grabbed the violin. I then took the woman's sale form she'd put her address down, and immediately ran out. I drove to her house while Gerald called screaming the whole way. I knocked on her door and saw her kids behind her, trying to cut up cardboard boxes into clothes. I explained to her that her violin was worth millions. Her jaw immediately dropped. She took the violin and started crying. I was happy, but then I saw a text from Gerald saying I was fired. I didn't care at first because I'd done the right thing. Until 4 weeks passed. I hadn't found a job and was short on rent. I swallowed my pride and went back to beg for my job. Gerald smirked. "You can have your job back, but only if you go and get the violin off the woman." I didn't want to do it, but my rent was due tomorrow. I was deciding what to do when I heard the doors open. The woman walked in, but she was holding an envelope. She gave it to me, and when I opened it, I saw a check for 25% of $4 million. I sold the violin. This is my way of saying thank you. I looked and saw her kids in her car, now smiling and wearing new clothes. Gerald saw the check and instantly freaked out. "Where's my cut?" The woman told him, "You paid $50 for something worth millions from a woman who needed grocery money. You don't get a cent." She walked out, and that's when one of the kids looked at Gerald and started playing an imaginary violin for him. A woman walked into my pawn shop.
Nice.
I'm gonna make sure that
Uncle believe in everything on the internet. On the world. Ray, David the Laughing Disco.
Damn, we do look.
Bro, we look alike.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna make sure.
Yo. Oh man, you just.
Can you explain the joke?
Okay.
I'm slow.
Okay, say thank you in Spanish.
Well, thankito.
Oh my gosh, yo. These comments cannot be real, bro. Mario, they have the
so bad
sub.
that their fans convince themselves it's AI.
I think you have bigger fish to fry, buddy. How are you in like 5+ religions at once?
No, they're Laughing Disco.
Whatever gets me to heaven, man.
I guess, bro.
Hey, Ross, congratulations on your new TV, but you wouldn't be able to disable the ads, we're afraid. Ha.
How really rubs salt in the wound.
We sign our messages off with our initials. We can assure you we were not laughing at the situation. BS.
Yeah, that's funny.
When you're in Italy and not Italy.
Okay.
Rose in the spaghetto.
00 video actually starts.
No, they're Laughing Disco. What is bro providing? I don't get what bro's providing to this comment section here. Like, man, I don't know.
If you poke a square hole in a piece of paper and hold it close to a wall, you'll get a
the
square
Roblox
of
logo
light and a crisp shadow. But if you pull it away, the square will slowly turn into a
Alexis,
circle.
they've the sub.
And this is because the sun
Rona,
sends out rays of light, which come from every part of its round surface.
Token,
when they
the
hit the hole and come out the other side, those
the
same
Disco.
rays hit the wall in the same shape as their source, making a circle of light just like the sun. And this is why the gaps between the leaves on a tree project tiny circles onto the ground.
Oh, wait, that makes sense.
I took one puff of.
That actually makes sense now.
My inhaler, and the alarm
Disco.
exploded. The bathroom door flew open, and the vice principal snatched it out of my hand.
Oh,
Give me that
no.
vape, you little criminal. That's not a vape, it's my inhaler. I have asthma, and I need it to breathe. Give it back. He pulled his hands back, dropped it into a plastic bag,
No,
and sealed it.
Disco.
Please, the nurse gave it to me. I can't breathe without it. He just ignored me. You can't even go 5 seconds without hitting a vape. What's wrong with your generation? He tucked the bag under his arm, grabbed
This guy may be a little bit slow. Easiest lawsuit again? Yeah, easiest lawsuit.
mine and pulled me into the hallway. I reached for the bag, but he yanked me forward. I grabbed his sleeve and tried to say, "I can't breathe," but nothing came out. He kept walking. My vision blurred. My knees hit the floor. Everything went black. When I opened my eyes, I was in the nurse's office with an oxygen mask on my face. I looked up and saw my mom holding my hand. Nurse Amy had her stethoscope on my chest and was whispering to my mom. He's lucky he made it. My mom stood up and slammed her fists against the door. That's when the vice principal walked in, holding the Ziploc bag with my inhaler, like it was evidence. Well, well, well. Looks like the little criminal has woken up.
Yo, this guy, yo, we genuinely have to start suing people, man.
Can't believe you passed out because I didn't let you hit your vape. He looked at my mom and smiled. You failed as a parent. You should be aware that your kid is doing drugs. Shame on you. My mom didn't say anything. She just raised her hand and slapped him. You prick.
Thank you.
I'm gonna sue you until you're left living under a bridge. You can't tell the difference between an inhaler and a vape? He almost died in your hallway. He folded his arms. Our new alarm system flagged it. Are you saying you're smarter than our technology? My mom walked us into his office and pointed at the bag on his desk. Nurse Amy stepped forward and held up her phone. This is the approval I signed 2 years ago. I told you about it when you were hired. He looked past her at the monitor. It detected chemical compounds. That's what it's there for. I reached across the desk for the bag. He slid it toward himself. My mom pressed both hands flat on his desk. Pull up the sensor data, or I call the school board and they pull it up for you. He turned to the monitor and pulled up the sensor data. See? Right there. Chemical compounds. Exactly what the system is designed to catch. Nurse Amy walked up to the screen and leaned in. She stepped back. You confiscated albuterol sulfate. What is that? His rescue inhaler. The one I approved him to carry 2 years ago. The one that was keeping him alive. My mom grabbed the mouse and scrolled through the detection history. 17 alerts since the system was installed. All the same compound, same time, same bathroom. And not once did anyone check. My mom snatched the plastic bag off his desk, opened it, and handed me my inhaler. She looked him in the eye. You trusted a machine over a child who couldn't breathe. I took a puff of my inhaler and told him this mango berry vape is amazing. I took one puff of...
How much y'all think the lawsuit was, bro? Because I know. After peeling it layer by layer... Wait. Oh, wait. Wait, that's crazy.
My friend asked, in a life or death situation, who would you choose to live, your mom or your twin brother? Well, obviously my mom. I'm a girl's girl. Everyone in the cafeteria stopped chewing, and my best friend Ariana started crying.
What?
I can't believe you just made that decision. I frowned. What decision? It was a hypothetical scenario. I was just kidding. They all got up and left, and my legs felt like jelly, so I headed to the office to call home. The secretary stood up instantly. Sweetie, you should be at the hospital with your mom. I stared at her like she had just grown 10 heads.
Make me viral.
Is my mom at the hospital? What's going on? She forced a horrible fake smile. Your aunt's on the way. She'll explain everything. When my aunt finally arrived, her eyes were swollen like she'd been crying for hours. I grabbed her. What's going on? Does this have to do with the stupid joke I made earlier? She lead me to her car.
No, they
Come
were
on,
allowed
baby.
to go.
When we got to the hospital, she dragged me to the ICU. The hallway was packed with people I knew, and my brother's whole hockey team was there in their practice jerseys. One of them on the floor, still holding his stick. Everyone kept saying this was about my mom. So why was my brother's whole team here? When we got to room 54, my mom was in the hospital bed. She was unconscious and hooked to machines. My aunt spoke. There was an accident this morning. Her and your brother were driving to Walgreens to pick up your brother's prescription. A drunk driver hit them head on. I couldn't breathe. Where is he? Where's my brother? Aunt Lisa's face crumbled. Both of them needed organ transplants to survive, and they were perfect matches for each other. Only one of them could survive. Tears were streaming down my face. No,
it's Maze.
They said we had to choose which one could live. Your brother said he wanted to leave the decision to you. That's why your friends asked you that question. Someone from the hospital called the school to get your answer. You chose your mom. My brother was gone because I said girls support girls, like it was funny. My friend asked.
No, that's crazy. Joke became real. Dang, bro.
Hey guys, I have a question to.
Wait, what?
Hey guys, I have a question today. At around 5 a.m., I met someone famous. I need you guys to help me find him. Here's the proof.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I stole a loaf of bread from an old man just to make my older brother laugh. When Dad found out, he immediately took us back and forced me to apologize. But the moment the old man saw Dad, he froze. 20 years ago, Dad had saved him from drowning in a river. Before we left, the old man gave me an old coin he had found at the bottom of that same river. This is a lucky coin, he said. I didn't believe him. But on our way home, a dog suddenly chased my brother and me into a dead end. The dog stared directly at me. I was so terrified I almost peed myself. My brother started laughing because he thought I was about to get bitten. But suddenly, the dog turned around and bit my brother's pants instead. That was when I started believing in the coin. The next day, Dad took us to a festival with a prize drawing. The prizes were a PS5 Pro, cash, and a luxury car. I held the coin and silently begged, please give me the PS5 Pro. My brother snatched it and wished that the beautiful girl beside him would become his girlfriend. But when the winning number was announced, Dad had won the car he had dreamed about for years. That was when I realized the coin really did bring good luck. For some reason, it just kept choosing Dad. I stole a loaf of bread from an old man.
Nice.
If you installed a USB port into your arm and plugged your phone straight in,
W method, you could charge your phone.
Would it actually charge? Because your nerves fire electricity? Well, if you measure the electricity in your skin, it's about 1/1000th of a volt. And your phone needs 5 volts to charge, which is 5,000
So you need 5,000 people.
times what your body produces. At that rate, a full charge would take 2 million years. But if you plugged in a watch like this instead, it would take about an hour to power it, for only 1 second.
Oh. So it's not really worth it, is what we're
Here are
getting
some
at
YouTubers
here.
with the craziest real names. Some of these are insane. Starting off, we have Speed. See, he actually kept his name a secret for years, but honestly, I don't know why.
Isn't it Darren Watkins Jr.'s, right?
His name is actually Darren Jason Watkins Jr., which is honestly pretty normal
Yeah.
to me. But a name that is not as normal is from KSI. His name is, Olajide Olayinka Williams JJ Olatun.
Whoa.
Yeah, I see why bro just goes by KSI. And now we have Dr. Disrespect. To be honest, I really didn't expect him to have a weird name, but his name is actually Herschel Beam IV. Did y'all know these?
That's a interesting name. For sure.
Me and my younger brother Sam
Interesting
used to play Operation for hours. We'd play it when Mom told us to do homework and play it in our bedroom at night.
Operation.
And if we ever messed up and clipped the edge, the board buzzed loudly, and Mom would storm in and catch us. Our
Wait, wasn't this the game that shocks you?
hands had to become precise and steady
Riley,
just so
Dave
we
the
could
sub.
play. Our family were on a road trip when the truck clipped us. Our car tumbled through the air and we rolled, landing on our side. Me and my mom
Twins, Dave the
thankfully
sub.
only had minor cuts. But when we got out, Sam was on the road not moving. He'd fallen out while the car was rolling, and his face, neck, and arms were all embedded with shards of glass. He was crying and screaming in pain, and every breath he took drove the shards deeper into his skin. I realized some were dangerously close to his arteries.
You gotta play Operation IRL.
Ambulance was 30 minutes away because we were out in the desert, and I knew we needed to get the glass out of him, ASAP. I opened the first aid kit from the trunk and pulled out tweezers, walking over to Sam with shaking legs but steady hands. This is just like Operation, I told myself. I knelt down, and Sam's eyes were wide and terrified, but he nodded bravely. I placed the tweezers to a shard of glass at his shoulder, but that's when Mom yanked the tweezers from me. Stop it! You're not a doctor! The force lodged the shard deeper, and Sam screamed in pain. Look what you did, she said. We're waiting for a doctor, but that's when Sam spoke through his tears. Please, Mom, let him do it. It's just like Operation. We play it all the time, and you never catch us. Please trust him. Mom's face softened. I could tell she was terrified, but she gave me the tweezers and closed her eyes. Sam nodded, and I slowly pulled a shard from his shoulder, then one from his wrist. I was sweating, and my heart pounded, but my hands stayed steady due to the thousands of hours of operation. Another shard came out, then another. I didn't clip Sam once, and Mom's jaw dropped. I placed my tweezers on a shard of glass near Sam's neck, near the carotid artery. He nodded, and I slowly pulled it out. The most dangerous shard was gone. By the time the ambulance came, every shard was out of Sam's body, and in a pile beside us. As I got the last one out, my hands started shaking uncontrollably. I'd kept them steady for just long enough, but now my body was in shock. But Sam reached out and held them until they stopped trembling. Hey, big brother, you just played Operation, and I didn't buzz once. You won. I laughed and calmed down, hugging Sam tight. Me and my younger brother Sam used to play Operation.
Nice, bro. Rebecca, they've laughing disco.
Cut the soda can into a thin sheet of metal. Next, cut out a small rectangle and fold it to create a channel for air. Then cut out a long strip, threading it through the rectangle to form a sharp edge inside. After that, cut the bottle caps into different shapes, fitting them around the metal to create a chamber. And when you blow into it, air will rush through, hitting the sharp edge, which vibrates it to create sound, turning trash into a whistle. Cut the soda.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could do that. I thought it'd be better to make a what in the world? Arvin, they live in disco. Yo, I didn't know cats had a rocket ship in them. Yo, wait, that's crazy.
Roblox just shut down the Roblox Connect calling API,
Rinko,
and honestly, this is the worst possible timing. So Roblox Connect let you make avatar phone calls right inside games, and now Roblox just quietly killed it off completely. They keep making features nobody asked for, then removing them right when I actually need one. And now I cannot call Andrew. Wait, Andrew, how is he calling me?
Hey boss, when are we recording? I am ready to lock in.
Who actually uses Roblox to call their friends, bro? Well, you got Discord, you got FaceTime, like what are you doing?
Andrew, Roblox just shut down Roblox Connect. How are you calling me?
We use Discord for this. You literally told me that yourself. Who even used those Roblox calls anyway?
I might be cooked, Andrew. Roblox just shut down the Roblox Connect.
Nobody be using Roblox Connect.
You know how in Build a Boat people don't build a boat? Well, it got worse when I found this video of a guy just straight up flying. Except this video shouldn't even work, because while you can build a flying machine, it typically requires you to build something. But if you look closely, the guy has nothing built. So how? Well, if you buy the screwdriver, you can make other blocks invisible. So by taking a beam, then placing another block along the hinge, by standing on it before placing a butter block so you get stuck, when you delete the beam, you can outspeed a flower. You know how in Build a Boat
Wait, that's I kind of want to try that, but how much is the thing?
By taking a beam, then placing down a block along the hip.
Wait.
Build. So how? Well, if you buy,
it's 2,500 gold.
The screwdriver.
I low-key kind of wanna try it, but we'll try it later.
1 minute like a spicy snack.
Bro's running on 200 ping. Why is he stuck? He's just flying. He can't.
Did you know that if you fail the X-ray too many times, something bad will happen to it? Well, most people think that even if you keep messing with the machine, nothing will happen. And while this is true most of the time, when me and my teammate were spamming random buttons, we realized that something bad had happened to it. Because when the machine told us to select yellow, pink, and blue, we tried that exact combo only for it to not work at all.
That happened to me too, bro. That happened to me once time too.
It means that you can't break the X-ray machine by messing with it.
Did you know that if you...
Yeah. But he was acting like something crazy happened, but okay. Erica, they're laughing disco.
World Cup is changing baby names. Let me explain.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, guys, it's happened. A Colombian couple has officially named their baby Erling Haaland after watching him play and seeing him all over the internet. And now, there's even more reports of people around the world naming their baby after Erling Haaland. Next, that's not as wild as the family in 2022 who named all of their children after World Cup players because they had a newborn in 2022 and they named him Mbappe. But in the entire family, they have a boy named Modric, they have a boy named Neymar Ronaldo,
crazy.
and they even have a boy named Lionel Messi. And yes, they do all play football. The World Cup is changing.
The cracker is locked inside a steel chamber, which is then filled with pure oxygen and lowered into a container of water. Then an electric wire ignites the food, causing it to burst into flames inside the chamber. As it burns, most of its energy is released as heat, which warms the surrounding water. And the more calories the food has, the more heat it releases, and the warmer the water gets. Scientists run it through a calculation, and it turns into the calorie number on your label. The cracker is locked.
Cool. Well, that's awesome.
Imagine someone builds a time machine using Einstein's theory of relativity. It's history's greatest invention, so they travel back to 1905 to thank the genius himself. They find a 26-year-old Einstein in Zurich and explain how his groundbreaking work made time travel possible. But Einstein has absolutely no idea what they're talking about. So the traveler sits him down and explains how the universe is a fabric of space and time, and that the faster you move through space, the slower you move through time. Once the traveler leaves, Einstein frantically writes it all down and publishes the theory as his own. His work revolutionizes our understanding of the universe. Then, centuries later, some kid learns about it, builds a time machine, and goes back to tell Einstein. If the traveler learned the theory from Einstein, and Einstein got it from the traveler, who actually came up with the idea?
Wait. That's crazy. That's a whole paradox.
In the first place, imagine someone builds.
What in the world?
I came home and saw my 3 kids covered in bed sheets running around a mattress on the floor that had a packet of pancake mix.
Yeah, that kind of like blew my mind low-key. That low-key blew my mind.
Sitting on top of it, and there were white candles lit everywhere. I immediately froze. What the hell is all this? My oldest was gripping a spatula without smiling. We're making a time machine. I rolled my eyes.
Another short about a time machine?
What time are you trying to go back to? Before you got homework? The baby twisted around in the jump rope she was holding. No, we want to go back in time to when you were happy. I frowned. Huh? The middle one nodded like it was obvious. Yeah, before daddy left. Back then, you used to smile all the time. Nothing made you mad. My oldest pointed the spatula straight at me. We want to go back to the morning you burned the pancakes and danced around the kitchen with this spatula. You couldn't stop laughing. All 3 of them stood there, dead serious. I nervously grabbed the 4th bedsheet they'd left folded on the couch and covered myself with it. Okay, let's do it. Nothing could have prepared me for what happened next. My oldest counted down from 10, and we all started running around, trying not to bump into each other. When he hit 0, I took the spatula out of his hand and held it up like a microphone, the way I used to, and I laughed. It came out before I could stop it, the first real one I'd had since their dad packed his car and left. My youngest went still and grabbed her brother's sleeve. It worked. I came home and saw my
Hey.
A father had 3 years left to live and never told his daughter. Every Sunday, he drove 4 hours.
I was in prison playing cards when an 18-year-old kid walked through the door with a big smile on his face.
It's always this kid, bro. It's always this kid.
Anybody here see me on the news? Nobody answered. He leaned against the wall with his arms crossed. 3 kids killed in a school shooting. That was me. He said it the way someone might say they won.
Why are we flexing that, bro? Why are we flexing that?
a trophy. I watched every face in the room go cold because prison has its own rules, and he had already broken one. You do not celebrate hurting innocent people. I put my cards down and smirked because things were about to get interesting. The next morning, he carried his food tray to the nearest table and sat down. Mind if I join you? Every man stood up without a word and moved to a different table. That evening, 4 men blocked him in the hallway when he was walking back from the showers. He tried to swing first, but it didn't go well for him. He spent 2 weeks in the medical wing. When he came back, he kept his eyes down and walked close to the walls, but it did not help because there was nowhere to hide in a place like this. A lot of the guys started using him as a punching bag, but some took it even further and made him a walking toilet. He was to be available whenever and wherever for whatever we wanted.
A walking toilet. How? Okay.
He went to the guards and filed a complaint, but nobody had seen anything, and nobody ever would. That's when he realized no one was going to save him. He started sleeping with one eye open and flinching every time someone walked past his bunk. 2 years later, we were playing cards again when we heard the guards had caught him trying to climb over the outer fence with a rope he made from his bed sheets. They transferred him to a higher security prison where the men are even less forgiving. I laughed. Good. I was in prison playing cards when an 18
Yeah, deserved that probably.
2000.
Yeah, definitely.
Just got even crazier, part 1.
2000.
Well, guys, the world did not end, and we are all still alive. Because last year in 1999, we all thought the world was going to end due to a computer glitch, mistaking the year 2000 for 1900, crashing power grids, air control, and supply chains.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we don't have to worry about that anymore. Next, some big things are happening in tech this year, like the Nokia 3310 is releasing, and supposedly it's indestructible. Also, the PlayStation 2 is coming out, and there's something known as a USB flash drive coming out. It's
USB flash drive didn't exist until 2000. That's crazy.
Pretty cool.
That's
I don't know. To see all this futuristic tech. Finally, the world is just getting way too expensive because a gallon of gas costs $1.50 and a Big Mac costs $2.50. I wonder if things will get cheaper in the future. 2000 just got even.
If only he knew.
Hey, do you mind help?
How do blind people know when they are hungry?
I think they hear it.
Alright.
2026
just got even crazier.
Part 42. So it was revealed that Tom Holland DM'd Erling Haaland inviting him to dinner. Well, Erling Haaland said he didn't bother to answer because he had no idea who Tom Holland is.
Are we serious?
That is absolutely diabolical. Erling claimed that he doesn't watch movies much, which is why he didn't recognize Tom Holland. But bro is literally Spider-Man.
How do you not know who Spider-Man is?
Next, the coach for Switzerland on the World Cup team is going insanely viral right now because people are claiming he is the most nonchalant looking guy ever.
He does kind of look nonchalant.
And also say he looks like he's straight out of GTA or Scarface. But I don't know why. He just reminds me of that one Turkish.
He does.
Shooter guy from the Olympics. Tell me I'm wrong. 2020.
He kind of does, actually.
Hunk's hair got a force field.
Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi.
Oh my gosh. Wait, what? Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi. He's got his hair on transparency mode.
Hunk's hair got opacity 75%.
Huh? Bro got that hair in jail.
Hey,
ain't no way.
Easy to draw.
What are we doing, man?
My dad pushed me into the river shouting, "Swim like a good dog." I had never swum in my life, so I immediately passed out. But when I woke up somehow, I was on the shore. So I went back home to confront him. I walked into his room to tell him he was crazy. He just put down his phone, picked me up, and threw me out the window yelling, "Fly like a good bird." I thought
Yo, what?
my life was over when suddenly I landed on the packages below, but the delivery guy immediately started chasing me with clipboard. The next day, we already went to the zoo with my dad. He bought me ice cream. We took photos and even laughed. He was acting like a real father, but then we walked past the gorillas. He snatched my ice cream and threw me in shouting, "Fight like a gorilla." I started praying to survive. 5 gorillas were staring at me. Then a zookeeper opened the gate. I ran faster than I have ever
What is up with this dad?
run in my life. I finally back home. My dad literally apologized to me. I just forgive him. He showed me ticket for holidays, so we went to the airport. But when was boarding? The entire plane was empty. I thought it was too expensive for people, but at the moment the plane was starting, he ran out shouting, "Find your way home like a good pigeon." The plane landed on a deserted island. I was completely alone, surrounded by locals who had never seen a pizza before. 3 months later, somehow
Bro, what are we doing?
came back on a handmade wooden raft. I had to end him forever, so I knocked on the door with the police. And when they were already arresting him, he said he had early access to GTA 6. Both officers stopped arresting him and immediately started playing. But then one of them said, "Kid, you're going to the orphan." My dad pushed me.
Bro, what? Zayden, think of the uncle alert.
My daughter made a woman cry in public, but it was so funny, I refused to punish her for it.
I'm
My
so
daughter came home
confused
from
what that
school
was.
crying that other girls in her class made fun of her clothes and that nobody wanted to sit with her at lunch. I held her tight and told her that if
Okay.
anyone ever said something mean to her, she should compliment them, because it's really funny watching the other person get extremely confused by a compliment. She giggled, saying she would try it out. The next morning, she came home from school happier than ever, saying she complimented her bullies, and it was so funny seeing them confused. I gave her a high five and told her she was
Nice.
awesome. I didn't realize just how awesome until I saw it for myself when we went to the mall. We were shopping for bathing suits, and while I was holding up a
Zaxby,
bikini, a
leave
woman
this up.
beside me started laughing. You're fat, so you should really stick to bathing suits that cover your rolls. I told her my husband loved how I looked in a bikini, and that was all that mattered. She scoffed, honey, he's lying to you. I turned my back to her and tried to keep shopping, but my daughter could see I was upset, and she
Jennifer,
wasn't
leave
about
this
to let
up.
this woman get away with it. She walked up to the woman and told her, your teeth are such a pretty yellow, and your face is so cool, you don't even need a Halloween mask. My daughter made a
Ain't no way.
I was driving home when I saw a bright light on the road, but right when I looked closer, I saw they were headlights. I screamed, but the Lexus smashed into me, and I watched in slow motion.
Oh my gosh.
As glass went everywhere. My car was destroyed, but when I could finally see
I
it
think the car's the least of your worries, bro.
again, I saw the girl from the other car climb out of the wreck. She looked perfectly fine, and I forced the words out, please, please get help. But she just put her hands over her mouth and ran away. I could
What in the
barely
world?
stay conscious, but I felt someone grab me. A cop dragged me out. You crashed into her? Are you serious? Do you know what you just did? I was barely breathing, covered in blood, glass stuck in my arms, and this cop didn't even care my neck was broken. More sirens came and ambulances showed up, but he just kept screaming. They put a syringe into my arm, and everything went black. But when I woke up in a hospital bed, I couldn't move my arm. I looked over at it and saw I was literally handcuffed to the hospital bed. Nurse, why am I handcuffed?
Is he being arrested?
But she said, sorry, I can't discuss with a criminal. What? Criminal? But as she turned and walked out, the same cop burst through.
Angel, they
Rise
left
and
him discount.
shine, Mr. DUI. How many drugs were you on? None. I didn't take anything. Then more cops started coming into the room. I don't care that your neck is broken. You deserve it. They were all staring at me. Then I saw someone else. It was the girl. She saw me laying in that hospital bed, handcuff around my wrist, and she gasped, holding back tears. They turned and saw her, and the cop panicked. Gracie, what are you doing here? She was crying. Please,
Fortnite,
Uncle
they left
Mark,
me
I
discount.
feel so bad for him. I have to tell them what really happened. All of the cops looked confused. He was trying to push her out. No, Uncle Mark, I have to tell them the truth. Get out of here. He's already guilty. But just as he pushed her out of the room,
Zayden, they
one of the
Uncle Eric.
taller cops walked up to him. Wait, you never told us your niece was in the other car. He started to look nervous. Well, no, but that doesn't matter. He was still on drugs, right? He stepped forward. I don't know. Was he? Did anyone actually confirm that? Turns out she was texting and driving, ran straight into me, and her uncle blamed me for the whole thing. And even though the pain was excruciating, I still raised my middle finger as they took him out. I was driving.
Yeah, bro, get this guy out of here,
If you
bro.
drive into a packed parking garage, which level should you pick? If you
Ian,
take the
save
bottom
the
level, you'll circle for
sub.
20 minutes while another car steals the
Angel,
open
save the
spot
sub.
right as you reach it. But if you drive up to the roof, you'll park right away, then walk back to a car baking in the sun. The right choice is to creep behind the lady with shopping bags until she waves you toward her car. Then, as soon as she leaves, you take her spot. If you drive into...
Oh. But what if there is no one like that? Then you're cooked. I just say second floor.
Sing if you want the hairstyle, but it's bad to begin with.
Okay.
I live my day as if
What in the world?
it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past.
Perfect
Doing
for
it all
introverts.
night, all summer. Doing it the way
Okay.
I wanna. Yeah, I'ma
Why are you trying to be a
dance my
pencil?
heart out till the dawn, but I won't be done when morning comes.
Honestly, this is looking like the best one.
Doing it all night,
Juan,
all
thank you for
summer. Gonna spend it like no other.
World Cup haircut, bro.
It was a
Ain't no way.
Here are some of the stupidest fears people actually have. Starting off, we have anatidaphobia. This one is
Anna today phobia.
hilarious. So people with this phobia have an irrational fear that a random duck or goose is secretly watching them at all times.
What?
But an even sillier fear is that some people are genuinely
Bathroom, they're
terrified of
laughing
dancing.
disco.
It's called chorophobia. And yeah, if they just happen to see someone hitting an emote, they will break down in a panic attack. But the crazy
Hit an email on them, they start panicking.
fear has to be this
Marlo,
one
people
called
laughing disco.
photophobia. So if you couldn't tell by the name, this one is the fear of having a fear. I wish I was joking about that one. Do y'all have
What? How do you even combat that? A fear of having a fear.
My son hid my car keys before work and filmed me searching for them. Then he smiled and said, "Relax, bro. It's just a prank.
I already know how this is gonna go. It's just a prank always goes wrong.
I wanted to throw that little goblin through the window, but I stayed calm. The next morning, he replaced my alarm with the sound of police sirens. The whole neighborhood came outside while he laughed behind his camera. But when I finally stepped outside for work, my car was gone. My son proudly said, "I sold it to a stranger for content." I asked where the money was. He replied, "I'll tell you after this video gets 100 likes." So I snatched his phone, called a taxi, and dragged him inside. 20 minutes later, we arrived at a bicycle shop. He smiled, thinking I was buying him a new bike. But I handed his backpack to the owner and said, "I just traded my goofy-ass son for a bicycle." My son hid my car.
But it's just a prank, though. Just a prank, man.
This man was struck by lightning, but instead of killing him, it actually gave him something back. Edwin had been completely blind for 9 years after a devastating truck accident. He couldn't see his family, couldn't drive, and spent nearly a decade living in total darkness. Then one day, while walking home during a violent thunderstorm, he took shelter beneath a large tree. Seconds later, a massive bolt of lightning slammed into it. The blast threw Edwin to the ground and knocked him unconscious. He was rushed to the hospital with burns across his body, and doctors weren't sure if he would recover. But when Edwin woke up the next morning, something felt different. For the first time in 9 years, he could see. Somehow, the lightning's powerful electrical charge gave him back the vision he thought he had lost forever. This man was—
Wait, what? It could do that? So if you're blind, all you gotta do is get struck by lightning and you're good. Bro's remembering his past life as a squid? Ain't no way.
My daughter asked me, "Mom, can I dye my hair blonde?" I knocked my chair back so hard it hit the wall. "What did you just say to me?" Juliet flinched. "I just asked if I could dye my— No, stop. Something is wrong with you. You told your aunt she looked like a burnt corn husk for going blonde. You told a girl her hair looked like it was dipped in piss. And now you want to be blonde?" She started crying.
Yo.
"Why are you screaming at me? It's literally
disco.
just a color." I should have felt guilty, but I knew something was seriously wrong with my daughter. The next morning, Juliet walked into the kitchen asking me to make her scrambled eggs. I spat out my water because Juliet has gagged at eggs her entire life. I made them anyway because I needed to watch her eat them. She ate every single bite. "Thanks, Mom. These were really good." I called my best friend for help. She said I was spiraling.
That's gotta be like a doppelganger or something, bro.
My mom told me to stop smothering Juliet. Her father just said, "Relax." Nope.
Zhao, leave it $2.
But he was listening to me, but I wasn't wrong. Because before she went to bed, she
on my
said,
feed,
"Good
bro."
night, Petra." She saw my horrified face and bonked her head. "Sorry, Mom. I meant Mom." Juliet had never called me Mom before. That weekend, we went to the mall because I needed to do something normal with her. But then she stopped in front of a mirror and said, "I really think I'd look good blonde." I grabbed her by the shoulders and turned her around to face me. "Why do you keep saying that? You have hated blonde hair your entire life. What is happening to you?" Juliet shoved me off.
Skinwalker?
"Why can't I just want something different without you completely losing it?" "Because you're not my daughter. Why won't anybody believe me?" I was crying now. Juliet was backing away from me. Then a man walked over and said he was a psychiatrist and could help. The psychiatrist asked, "Juliet, do you have gaps in your memory?" She looked scared. "Sometimes I'm at school and then I'm home and I don't remember the drive." He recorded the session and then played parts of it back for her. She watched in horror. "That's not me. I didn't say that. That was 11 minutes ago, Juliet." He sat back in his chair. "Juliet, what I'm about to tell you is going to be hard to hear, but I need you to listen." She was shaking. "You have something called dissociative identity disorder. The blonde hair, the eggs, calling your mother Petra. That wasn't you, Juliet. There is someone else in your mind, and when she comes forward, you don't remember any of it." Juliet looked terrified. Juliet started treatment that same month. The alter's name is Eloise. She likes scrambled eggs and calls me Petra. Juliet still hates blonde hair. Eloise still asks to dye it. Some mornings I can tell who I'm talking to before she even opens her mouth. My daughter—
So it's like 2 people in one person.
A little boy launched fireworks inside the bathroom and the entire school filled with smoke. The alarm went off instantly. Everyone was evacuated in just 30 seconds. But a ginger nerd reported me and the principal walked straight up to me shouting, "This is the best day of my life. You're off the school list." But then I smiled because I already had a plan. The next morning I snuck back into school and quietly taped a firecracker under the principal's chair. I snuck out through the window and hid in the
That should be attempted murder, bro.
And when the lesson started, the moment he sat down, it exploded and he flew straight through the window, landing right in front of me. I knew I had to run, but he immediately started chasing me. He caught me in the parking lot and grabbed my ear. But then the prettiest teacher in school walked in. The principal looked at her, completely falling in love, and she yelled, "Let him go, I'll handle this." So he immediately backed off, trying to score points with her. But instead of punishing me, she grabbed my hand and walked me toward her car. I just looked back at the principal and said, "This is the best day of..." A little boy launched fire.
Bro must be in a fever dream or something, man. Goal unlocked. Oh, yeah. 798K, chat. That's 300 Robux to give away. Next sub goal is 799,000. We are literally 2,000 subs away from 800K, so if you haven't already subbed,
you know that,
make sure you subscribe.
Every year, I would buy all my family's Christmas presents.
Can you watch his story? I'm doing it right now, yeah.
Mom would hand Dad a gift labeled "From Mom" that I'd bought, wrapped, and put under the tree myself. Everybody knew I bought the gifts, but nobody ever thanked me or got me any presents or even helped me go shopping for them. But one Christmas morning, I walked in late with all their presents still in the van outside. My parents instantly snapped. Mom said, "Why are you late? And where are the presents?" I was in disbelief because I'd warned them last night I would be late. My van broke down and I had asked them to help, but they said no, so I had to borrow my friend's van in order to make it. I told them this, but they rolled their eyes, and my nephew scoffed. "You better have gotten me the 10-pound slime set like I asked you." I looked over, and my dad was telling my mom,
who do they think he is?
"I wonder what I got you this year, honey." He smirked at me, and Mom replied, "I don't know, honey, but you're always so generous." The whole family laughed, and Mom told me to go put all the presents under the tree, then start dinner prep because she was too stressed from the lack of presents this morning to start. I was shocked, but turned to walk outside when my niece pointed at the empty Christmas tree and told me, "Chop chop, my friends already posted what they got. You're embarrassing our family." I called out, "Dad, will you help me bring the presents in?" But he was busy laughing with Mom. I tried my nephew, but he was scrolling his phone. I looked around at everyone ignoring me and walked out. I got in the van and drove off. My parents instantly called me and screamed, "Why are you leaving with the presents?" I calmly replied, "I could tell I wasn't wanted, so I'm acting like it." I hung up. 15 minutes later, they were at my front door, demanding their presents. I let them scream for a few minutes, then went upstairs, looked out my window, and called out to them, "I have one present for you." I chucked my nephew's 10-pound slime set out on them, and watched it cover them all head to toe. Then I closed the window, sat down at my laptop, and started listing every single present for sale. Every year, I would buy...
Interesting.
When the heat reaches the sprinkler,
I think that's the best plan of action.
It warms a tiny glass bulb inside, which is sealed with liquid. And as the temperature rises, the liquid expands until the pressure shatters the bulb. This releases the seal, and water sprays out of that one head, while every other sprinkler in the building stays sealed, unless the fire keeps growing. When the
That's how it works? That makes sense, dude. I didn't know that's how it worked. I thought it was just like if it detected smoke or something.
People are now LARPing as me. I was looking through my comments when I noticed a $10 donation from LARP Brew, because it turns out I'm popular enough that people have begun to LARP or roleplay as me. Except, none of you are doing it right. Like, if you check the LARP Brew person who sent a donation, they have no videos. Even though the whole point is to make videos copying my style. But that's nowhere near as bad as LARP Brew, who at this time has amassed 4,000 subs, but if you check their channel, it's just Minecraft. Like, if you're gonna LARP, I want to see you try. So people are...
I mean, I have some, like, technically I have some LARPers. I have Ninjagaming son, Ninjagaming wife, Ninjagaming girlfriend, Ninjagaming, popcorn, microphone. I've seen everything, bro.
To 2021 when this guy went viral for playing dead every single day until he was finally cast in a movie to play a dead guy. But as absurd as this sounds, bro went on and actually did this for hundreds of days, sometimes in the most hilarious locations. Until finally, on day 321, he got a comment from the famous CSI TV show. And sure enough, in season 2 of CSI Vegas, bro was actually featured as a dead body.
No
However, it
way.
doesn't stop there. Yeah, he actually continued to play dead for hundreds of more days, hoping to maybe get cast again, until eventually giving up on day 1000. Throwback to 2021 when this...
Bro, why wouldn't nobody cast him, bro? I feel like he makes a great dead body.
This man found a...
Come on now. Alright, Dave the sub.
I was sitting on a seesaw when a round child was thrown into the air and landed on the other side. I was instantly launched into the sky. And when I landed on the playground's wooden chips, I heard a crack underneath my butt. I reached underneath with my throbbing wrist and pulled out an orange iPhone 17 Pro, and the screen was completely shattered. Suddenly, the round child's dad was standing over me. "You just broke my son's phone, and it cost $1,099. You're paying for it." My eyes widened in shock because he just launched me off a seesaw, and now he wanted money, but there was no way I was paying for it. While he cradled his phone, I limped past him and lifted his crying son out of the seesaw myself. When I did, he looked up and mouthed, "I'm sorry."
Bro, it's because of his big back, bro. Are you serious?
Gasped because that's when I knew that he wasn't in on it. He was just the prop in his dad's scheming. His dad clenched his fists. "Get back here and write me a check." This phone costed me months worth of savings. Other parents started walking over, and the dad turned to perform for them. Every head swung to me, so I pointed at the seesaw. He threw his kid onto that to launch me. It's his fault, so I'm not paying for it. The dad pulled out his phone. Then I'm calling the police. He expected me to be scared and hand over the $1,000 $1,099, but I took out my phone to dial 911 first. Good idea. Let me get it for you. They're right around the corner, so they should be here soon. As soon as the cops arrived, they asked for my ID, and the dad was grinning and mouthed the words, "I win." I quickly turned to his son, staring at him and silently begging him for help. His eyes darted to the phone stand, flipped open, and angled towards the seat on the seesaw where I was sitting. He was trying to tell me that his dad had been recording the prank the whole time. I turned to the kid. "Why was your phone standing up? What was it recording?" The dad stepped between us. "Don't answer that." But the officer was already taking the dad's phone out of his pocket and pressing play on the most recently recorded video. The dad's voice played for the entire park to hear, "Watch what I'm going to do." They watched as his large son was launched onto the seat across from me. The officer looked up slowly. The dad spread his hands. "That's out of context. She still broke it." His son pointed at him. "You broke my phone, Dad. You owe me $1,099. His jaw dropped because he hadn't expected his own son to betray him. I laughed. "You should see your face right now." I was sitting on a seesaw.
Crazy.
If you're about to go parasailing at a tourist beach, you need to be extra careful of this scam. The staff weighs you before the ride and tells you you're over the safety limit. Then they'll ask you to pay an extra weight fee or cancel your ride with no refund, leaving you with no other option.
So if you're too big, you have to pay more?
But the real problem isn't your weight. They rigged the scale the whole time. If you're about to go—
Oh, well you know how much you weigh, so you could just tell. Okay.
Roblox's 3 biggest embarrassments. Number 3, Roblox deleted the famous sound. Why? Because they didn't want to pay money for it. The sound actually came from—
Oh yeah, I don't know why they just didn't pay the money for it, but now they did. You know?
Another game called Messiah. Roblox chose to delete it just to save money. Number 2, the burrito
SCP,
that
the Go
Roblox.
Trophy.
A company called Chipotle gave away free burritos in the game. Suddenly, Roblox crashed.
Roblox went down for 3
People thought it
days.
was too crowded, but the real reason was just a software bug. Number 1, condo games. This is the dark side of Roblox. Bad developers found glitches to put banned things into the game. Moderators are not enough to solve it. For this reason, Roblox has been banned in some countries. Which drama is the—
Yeah,
I climbed up to my treehouse for the 3rd time that week, and my Charizard was gone again. The card binder
what now?
was open on the floor exactly how I'd left it, except the slot in the middle was empty. My mom didn't even look up from her laptop when I came inside.
It's 100%
Honey,
her mom.
just lock the trap door next time. But I'd locked it the last 3 times,
It's 100%
and they
her
kept
mom.
finding a way in. I went to my room, closed the door, and started thinking about how Kevin McAllister would handle this. I grabbed a bag of flour from the pantry and a bottle of maple syrup off the counter. I dumped half my sister's craft drawer of pink glitter into the syrup bottle and shook it until the inside looked like a snow globe. Up in the treehouse, I rigged a flour bucket and a syrup bucket above the trapdoor with a string set to tip them when the door swung open.
Cool guy,
Then I pulled my second best card, a holographic Blastoise, out of my binder and laid it in the middle of the treehouse floor where anyone climbing up would see it. I climbed back down, walked across the yard, and waited behind the oak tree. 20 minutes later, I heard the back gate creak open and 2 voices coming up my driveway.
Oh, never
The
mind.
taller one started up the ladder first. He poked his head through the trapdoor and froze. Dude, his holographic Blastoise is just sitting there. The other one shoved past him to climb up. I heard the trapdoor slam open against the floor. A cloud of white flour exploded out of the treehouse window. Both of them came stumbling onto the platform laughing. Bro, that's it? That's all he had? They were still wiping flour off their faces when the second bucket tipped and the syrup glitter dumped down on top of them. They froze. The taller one wiped at his shirt, and a streak of pink glitter spread across his whole chest. He wiped it again, and it spread further. They scrambled down the ladder and ran straight out of my backyard with glitter falling off them in trails, all the way down the main road through the neighborhood. I climbed up to my treehouse, picked my Charizard up off the grass below, where one of them had dropped it, and slid it back into my binder. They couldn't tell their parents what happened without admitting where they'd been. I climbed up to my
Crazy.
This is why
2 resellers, they have the sub.
I woke up from my surgery with a pain in my stomach, but
Go,
I
save
couldn't
the sub.
speak because of the anesthesia. And that's when my surgeon asked the nurse in Spanish, "One of the clamps is missing. Did you count all the tools before we stitched her up?" "I thought you counted them," the nurse said. And that's when the surgeon told her, "I think we left a clamp inside her." The nurse immediately panicked, asking what to do. "Nothing. We can't open her back up now. It would look suspicious," he said. I tried to tell them I understood every word, but my tongue still couldn't work because of the anesthesia. "But if she gets an infection, she could die," the nurse told him. But the surgeon said,
Wait, so there's a possibility that you can go under anesthesia and you can stay awake and feel everything, but you can't move your body or speak? That's scary.
they would just blame my diabetes
That's
since no
so
one
scary.
could know they messed up the surgery. "Wait," I said, but it came out garbled, and so the surgeon told the nurse to sedate me because they needed me quiet while they figured this out. And so the nurse pushed something into my IV that made me feel foggy, but I fought to stay awake. "What if someone finds out?" the nurse asked. "No one will find out. She doesn't speak Spanish," the surgeon said. Then he confidently explained that by the time I woke up, they would have papers saying I had diabetes, so no one would catch them. "This feels wrong," the nurse said, and I thought I was safe. But the doctor yelled, "You want to lose your license? Remember, you counted the instruments accident, so you're also responsible. That's when I started to feel my tongue again, so I knew the anesthesia was wearing off. If she codes, we say it was diabetic shock. Understood? The surgeon asked. Understood, the nurse said, and that's when I said in perfect Spanish, I understood every single word you said. Their faces went white. I switched to English, saying I wanted the hospital administrator, or else I was calling the police. And so the hospital administrator barged into my room, and after I told her everything, she rushed me into surgery. When I woke up again, a new surgeon was standing over me holding a huge clamp. This was inside your stomach, she said. I fainted from the shock. I woke up from my surgery.
What in the world, bro? How do you forget that inside of someone's stomach, bro?
If you completely chop up a living creature and feed its remains to another, you might just think you gave it a bizarre meal. But what if the creature that ate it suddenly inherited all of its victims' past memories? You see, scientists actually proved this terrifying concept using a specific type of flatworm called a planarian. They first trained a group of these worms to navigate a complex maze and fear flashing lights. Then, in a horrific twist, they ground up the trained worms and fed them to a completely untrained group. Incredibly, the new worms instantly knew how to solve the maze and react to the lights without ever being taught. The experiment proved that memories aren't just electrical signals in the brain, they are actually stored chemically in the flesh, meaning you could theoretically eat someone else's knowledge. If you
Wait, what? That can't be real. Bro probably got kicked out of his hive and now he's an addict. Yo, he has a cigarette.
If you walk up to this wall in all glitches in Roblox, by aligning yourself on the intersection, then shift lock, you will align your atoms to squeeze between two walls. This is what's known as a flat clip, except you can't do it. Because if you set up the same layout in another game, trying to do the same thing won't work. So what's happening? Well, you could actually flat clip back then, except it's been patched. But by adding some scripts, you can re-enable it, but only for that game. So the next time you see two walls, don't try clipping through them. If you walk,
or you clip through the back rooms and you never come back.
Cut a
Elizabeth, the love from disco.
Stick of butter in half and poke a hole in the center if your power goes out. Then straighten out a paper clip and wrap a square of toilet paper around it. Push it in the hole and smear the top with butter. When you light it up, the paper clip keeps the wick up in the air, keeping the flame alive for
Ooh, a candle just like that?
Longer. And as the butter keeps melting, it gets pulled up into the paper as extra fuel, giving you a candle that can last for hours.
Oh, nice. Why don't you use your phone flashlight or something, though?
Control the I was waiting for my Uber outside the movie theater when I saw 3 creepy men across the empty parking lot staring at me. It scared me so much I checked my Uber hoping she was nearby, but she was still 5 minutes away. My heart sank. The theater was locked, the men were still staring, and my hands started shaking. I almost called the police, but I stopped, telling myself I was being crazy since he hadn't done anything to me. So instead, I gripped my purse strap tight against my chest and pretended like I was fine. But then, one of the men started walking towards me, and so I called my Uber, hoping he'd hear me and back off. I yelled, "Hey, yeah, I'm out front my parking lot too. You see me?" But the man kept coming. 40 feet, and my heart raced. 30, and my legs froze. And then my driver said, "I'm so sorry, hon. I can't find the lot." And that's when it hit me. My driver was lost. The theater was locked. No one was here to hear me scream. And now the man was so close I could see his face, and he smirked as if he liked knowing I was trapped.
Yo, what in the world is that shirt? Yo, what?
But I smiled because looking scared would make me an easier target, and I lied to my driver. "Okay, I'll come to you right now." The man slowed down, then stopped, and he walked back to his friends, and I finally let myself breathe. But then all 3 of them came after me and surrounded me before I could move. Hands grabbed my arms and my waist, and I shrieked. One laughed. "Where are you off to, sweetheart?" My eyes filled with tears, and my body trembled. "Please, just let me go. I won't tell anyone. Please." But another one leaned close. "But I like you." My eyes darted across the parking lot, desperate to find a car or a person, but there was just darkness. So I had to save myself. I grabbed their wrists and yanked hard as they laughed because they were stronger.
Bro, punch
them! My arms gave out. I looked down. Sure, I'd never make it home, but that's when I saw it. My safety alarm clipped to my purse strap. I grabbed it, ripped the pin out, and it roared like a jet engine, and the men backed off, covering their ears in pain. One shouted, "What is that?" as he backed away from me. A bright light from the alarm lit up the parking lot, and suddenly, the men looked just as scared as I had been. I quickly got away and finally felt safe, like someone had shown up to protect me. And then, my Uber driver arrived, and the men panicked and ran off, and she said, "I heard something blaring down the road, then saw a light flashing, and it led me right to you." I looked at my alarm feeling grateful that it had saved my life, and when I pushed the pin back in to silence it, the driver looked surprised. "That was making all that noise? What is it?" I lifted my purse so she could see the safety.
Oh, it's an ad. But, dove invention though.
Alarm? This is a Birdie 3.0 from the brand She's Birdie. Every girl.
That's good. Geometry Dash cannot be this serious, bro.
Dang it!
Bro, it's not that deep. It's alright.
Yo! Yo, Geometry Dash actually cannot be that serious,
These are
bro.
real ways to spot a liar friend. First is the memory strategy. Ask them to repeat a story they told yesterday. If the small details randomly change, they are definitely making it up. Next is the extra detail strategy. When you ask a simple question,
Yeah, they have the Uckler, can't, they have the Laughing Disco.
a real friend gives a short answer. But if they pile on 5 extra reasons nobody asked for, that's a red flag. Then comes the mistake strategy. Point out one tiny error in their story. A liar won't just correct it, they will get super defensive and loud. But the ultimate strategy is the silent strategy. Just stare at them. A liar will instantly panic. These are real ways to spot a...
I gotta try those methods then.
A little girl brought...
I gotta try those methods. Room tour, yeah, room tour is gonna be happening. I'll release the room tour video in about 2 days, 2 or 3 days, give or take.
First ever report card, and she was so excited. She ran the whole way home. But when she handed it to her mother couldn't read. She never went to school a single day in her life, so she looked at the paper for a long time. Then she smiled and hugged her daughter tight. Tell me what it says. So the girl read every single line out loud, and her mother listened like it was the most important thing she'd ever heard. This became their thing. Every report card, every year, the girl read, the mother listened. But when the girl graduated college, she realized something. Her mother had been to every parent-teacher conference for 12 years, sat in that chair, nodded, smiled, and never understood a single word, but never missed one either, because some parents can't read the words, but they never once miss the moment. A little girl brought home her first ever report.
That's awesome. Very wholesome indeed.
What is the name?
Pinch the bone at the end and twist it back and forth. You see, the bone is wrapped in meat and connected by soft cartilage at the joint. But when you twist it, you're breaking those tiny connections loose, and it slides straight out. Next, grab the bone beside it and twist it in the same way until it pops free. This leaves 2 empty channels running through the meat.
Boneless chicken wings are so good, bro.
Where the bones used to be.
Oh my god.
Now dip the whole thing in ranch and enjoy your boneless bite. Pinch the...
Oh, that's so good. Oh my gosh. My mouth waters just thinking about it.
We got some insane internet news over the last few days, and here's what you need to know. First, a TikToker has gone viral for being the mosquito serial killer and collecting them by taping their bodies into a notebook. Honestly, bro might be the real Dexter, but for mosquitoes. Next, 2 robots got married in Russia, with a robot dog serving as the ring bearer. They exchanged AI-generated vows, swapped bracelets instead of rings, and the bride even performed a dance during the ceremony. Now we've got AI getting married to each other in 2026. And finally, Lucas still loving disco. He feels disrespected by streamers at Streamer University who cannot tell content apart from disrespect. Honestly, just seeing a few clips from there makes me question if anyone is taking
What is that?
seriously. We got some insane internet news.
Okay. Holy. Bro's experience. Holy. Alright, bro. We get it, bro. We get it. We get it. We get it. We get it, man. Alright.
When someone gambles and wins, their brain releases a chemical that feels really good. The same one that fires when eating candy. But the brain releases even
gambling
more
is just
when
candy.
a win feels uncertain. Because it's trying to...
Oh, wait. You know what it is? It's like gambling is like candy. You know, candy's for kids, but like gambling is like the candy, but like for adults. You know what I mean? So like... It's like candy for adults, technically, you know?
Yes, when the next one might hit. The problem is, there's no real pattern to find. And a loss that feels close to a win still gives the brain a rush. Each near miss makes it feel like the win was right there. And one more try could be the one, making it really hard to walk away.
Kids gamble too? I mean, they do, but like in like Roblox games, yeah, they gamble. Which I don't think that's should be allowed, but you know, all right.
Be using the
interesting. I love this. I love this song. This song's such a banger, bro. Oh. Right. I don't even know what's going on in this video, man. Why is he hitting the emo? No brain. Yeah. I hate this song. Ban that guy.
This tool makes copying tricky shapes super...
Here's how your brain is constantly tricking you. First is the manual breathing trap. The exact second someone mentions breathing, your automatic biological system...
And blinking. And blinking.
...violently shuts down,
Leslie,
and you are legally
disco.
forced to breathe manually. Next is the tongue placement glitch. You never actually notice that your tongue rests awkwardly at the top of your mouth, but the second you think about it, you physically cannot find a comfortable spot for it. The ultimate fact is the phantom itch. The absolute exact second both your hands get covered in soap or dirt, your nose instantly generates an incredibly aggressive itch that violently demands to be scratched. Here's how your brain is constantly tricked.
Yeah. You know what the worst thing is? When you have to like,
Yes.
Me locking in on my bros fries after demolish my entire meal in 0.5 seconds.
Are you going to finish that croissant?
Knock yourself out. Questions.
Interesting. But yeah, I was gonna say having somewhere to itch, but you can't itch it. Like if you ever had a cast before, and it's like, and you have to itch below it, it's like the worst feeling ever, cause you can't. You know what I mean?
5 when your parents check if you're asleep. Part 2. The biggest amateur mistake is pulling the blanket all the way over your head. Moms instantly know you're just hiding. Since strict parents will literally just stand in your doorway dead silent, waiting for you to move, you have to escalate to the open mouth hack. You completely drop your jaw and let your head fall back so it actually looks like you're in a deep sleep. The ultimate test is when they walk right up to the bed, they'll randomly flash their phone light directly in your eyes, but you counter it with the dead weight trick. You keep your face completely relaxed and force a massive puddle of drool right onto your pillow, completely tricking your parents. How to survive.
Me showing an AFK person because I haven't heard any kills or seen any dead bodies.
Okay.
Oh. Why did their avatar just change? Oh, it didn't change. Oh, there's just the angle. I guess.
Day 9. These forks are going to destroy this wall. We're almost there. 1 hit for every subscriber.
Is he trying to dig out of prison?
And 1 hit for every like. Escaping prison with forks.
Yo! Wait, hold on. How is he doing this?
We do 1 hit for every like and every subscriber until we break through the wall with forks.
So he's trying to escape prison, and he's making a YouTube series out of it. Interesting.
He'd been working the same junkyard conveyor for 11 years and nothing ever surprised him. Then one morning a bag came down the line and something inside it was moving. He stopped the belt, tore it open and found a cat trapped at the bottom, barely breathing and completely covered in junk. He drove straight to the vet without clocking out. The vet said the wounds were deep and badly infected and that she had about a 1% chance of making it, but they wouldn't give up on her. He sat beside her for 10 days, and on the 10th day the vet came out and told him her condition had stabilized. He put his face in his hands and cried in a way he hadn't cried since he was a kid. He took her home, and even though the vet said she'd probably never fully trust people again, she slept on his chest every single night for the rest of her life.
Kitty. Nice.
This is the
recreating default noob outfits. Default noob outfits? What's the default noob outfit? Oh, bacon airs. Okay. Yeah, I mean, okay, it doesn't need core blocks, but another core blocks, okay. Alright. Yeah, okay, I mean, they're right, yeah.
19.
The OG, they've the sub.
11 just got even crazier, part 1.
Is he the Mona Lisa?
Guys, we have breaking news. There's a famous painting known as the Mona Lisa that was in the Louvre Museum in Paris, France. And, well, it has been stolen. And your first thoughts are probably, did I steal it? Well, no, I'm just dressed up as the Mona Lisa to show you guys what it looks like so you can be aware. And what's wild is, before the heist, the painting wasn't that famous, but now, after, it's become super popular, and people are waiting in line just to see the empty space on the wall where the painting was before it was stolen. Now, whoever did it was super secretive, and people are saying it could have been an inside job.
I think this already happened, bro.
But they're offering
Bro's a little bit late. Bro's a little bit late to reporting this.
So, good luck, and I doubt if it actually is.
Might be a little bit late.
Millions of fans.
I don't know.
The day before our final exam, our teacher told us that to get an A, all we had to do was nothing. The instructions are simple, he continued. Tomorrow you'll walk in, sit down, and stay in your seat doing nothing for 1 hour. Do that, and you'll pass this ethics class. Stand up for any reason, and you fail. We looked around. There had to be a catch. The next day, we walked in and sat down. There weren't any pens or papers. For the first 10 minutes, we sat in silence, wondering if this was really happening. Mr. Rogers just read his book and didn't even look at us. Then 15 minutes and the door opened. Sophie walked in late. She joined us earlier this year and rarely ever came into class. Mr. Rogers slammed his book shut. You're late. He walked toward her. Sophie froze. My mom was just, I don't care about your mom. Mr. Rogers snapped, interrupting her. Now sit down. Maybe if you sit for long enough, you'll actually amount to something. Sophie walked to her desk with her head low. Nobody said a word. 5 minutes later, Mr. Rogers walked to Sophie's desk with her manuscript. He leaned over her. I just read your file again. D's and F's across the board. What's your excuse? You cut yourself last year? The energy energy in the air shifted at once. Sophie teared up, but Mr. Rogers kept going. He held Sophie's transcript up for the class to see. This is what a failure and a cheater looks like. Missing my class, then conveniently showing up for the exam. A kid yelled out, this was unnecessary. Mr. Rogers responded that if he wants to help her, he can. But you'll lose your grade. The kid stayed seated. Mr. Rogers leaned back over and continued verbally assaulting Sophie, calling her stupid, insulting her home life, and telling Sophie her mom wishes she was never born. By now, Sophie was sobbing, and when Mr. Rogers slammed his hands on her desk and told her to stop crying, she just slid off her chair onto the floor. He stood over her and grabbed her arm, yanking her up. Then he let go, and she dropped back to the floor. Somebody should do something, a girl whispered through tears. Not
then you do something. Like what?
Me. I need this grade, the kid next to her said without looking up. Sophie was hyperventilating on the floor, and Mr. Rogers walked back to his desk to read like she wasn't even there. The only sound in the entire room were Sophie's sobs. That's when a girl named Mary stood up. She walked to Sophie, knelt down, and wrapped her arms around her. She helped her to her feet and wiped Sophie's tears. Mr. Rogers looked up. You just failed my exam. Mary looked right at him. Then fail me. You're all pathetic anyway. She walked Sophie out, and the door slammed behind them. We sat in silence for the remaining 30 minutes. When the bell rang,
I would get up and help him.
He moved. Mr. Rogers walked to the front. Sophie wasn't real. He looked at us. She was a theater student I'd paid to be here. He told us everything he said to her today was scripted and she was fine. And then he dropped the bomb. Mary was the only one who passed, because this was ethics class, and sometimes you need to break a rule to help someone in need. The day
Dang, they all failed.
A car door opened and three men in suits stepped out, while the little boy in the middle pointed at my daughter's lemonade stand. That's her. The men walked, and I watched as the biggest
in the world. Why does this guy have 3 bodyguards?
One put his hands on my 8-year-old's table and leaned over. You know what you did? She scratched her chin. I changed my recipe, but the man slowly took off his glasses. My son ordered a full cup of lemonade last Monday and only got half. We're here to make it right. He pulled out a phone and showed my daughter a picture of a half-filled lemonade cup with her stand in the background. Her eyes immediately widened in anger. Wow, I am shocked. Give me 1 moment, please. She sprinted over to the neighbor's house and immediately dragged out a boy wearing an apron. He froze when he saw the men in suits, and she crossed her arms at him. You worked the Monday shift. Why did you short this customer? She glanced at the boy surrounded by
they have a whole business going.
The men immediately
and
stepped
employees
forward,
and everything.
towering over the trembling boy, but she snapped a hand up in their faces without even looking at them. This is an internal matter. She snapped her fingers at the boy, and he immediately poured 4 full lemonade cups to the brim and slid them across the table, his hands shaking so bad he spilled some. Please try our new recipe. His voice trembled. As he looked more scared of my daughter than the men, they glanced at each other and took their cups, walking back to the car. She waited until the doors shut, then set a hand on her boy's shaking shoulder. Because you're new, I won't take this out of your salary, but I don't tolerate mistakes here. A car door opened and 3 men...
Nice. My neighbor shot me with a Nerf gun, shouting, "You started this war." I had no idea what he was talking about, so I grabbed my garden hose and soaked him completely. He walked back into his house, and I thought it was over. But then someone knocked on my door. I opened it, and there was just a note that said, "Round 2." At that moment, a bucket of ice water fell straight on my head. I went absolutely nervous, so I immediately ordered 10 fridges to his address. The delivery guy spent 3 hours trying to fit them through his door. He just stood there in silence, completely broken. I watched from my window laughing. The next morning, I woke up, made a coffee, and was already heading to work. But when I stepped outside, my car was on fire. I completely lost it. I knew I had to end this forever. I waited until midnight. I grabbed a torch, walked away straight behind his house, and threw the torch. But then I smelled smoke. When I turned around, my house was also on fire. My neighbor was standing there, froze, looking at his home. The firefighters came in the police. We got arrested and closed together in one cell. But when I asked him why he started it all, he just said, "You stole my sandwich and time." My neighbor shot me with a...
All of that because of the sandwich. Ain't no way. Also, we hit the sub goal, guys. 400 Robux. We're gonna give out the end of the stream. And the last sub goal is the big 800K, bro. 800K. If you have not subscribed already, bro, now is your chance to subscribe before 800K. Now is your chance, bro.
Thank you for sunshine. The timing of this is just absolutely
Everybody sub up.
wild.
Here we go.
So you guys know how England just won against Norway in the World Cup? Well, historians this week confirmed they found the long-lost skeleton of King Alfred the Great of England. And you're probably wondering, who is this and why am I telling you this? Well, Alfred the Great is known for defeating the Vikings when they tried invading England. So if this is true, and historians really did find Alfred the Great skeleton after he passed away 1,100 years ago, the timing is insane. Because we all know how Norway is known as the Vikings and all of their fans wore Viking costumes at this World Cup. Well, people are now jokingly saying that this was a sign from the universe that England was certain to win. The timing of this...
So England's certain to win. Wow. And they did win. Layla, they did turn it up.
Jack was...
If your favorite Roblox YouTuber was your babysitter in real life, how cooked are you?
Would you guys trust me if I had to supervise your baby, would y'all trust me?
At first, you might think this will be really
Tony,
fun.
David the laughing disco.
Babysitter is a Roblox celebrity. No parents, no rules, just fun. Maybe they let you stay up late, give you Robux, and help you win every game you play. But then some babysitters might be way too intense.
Yes, yes, no, no. Yes, no, yes, no. Whoa, okay.
Because if it's Fulton, he's making you 1v1 him before you're even allowed to eat dinner. And if it's Stromberg, you're probably not having fun either. He's making you do homework and going to sleep early. But if I happen to be your favorite YouTuber, I'd probably just be chill and order pizza. But the worst babysitter has to be Cube Inc. because he won't even be around. He'd be too busy editing. If your favorite
Right. I'd be too busy watching YouTube shorts. But it's okay.
Countries where it's not 2026 yet.
I'm sorry, what? I'm pretty sure it's 2026
Nepal.
everywhere.
2071. Ethiopia.
How are they? I'm sorry, they're in the future?
2017.
That's just not possible.
Bhutan.
How would they? Okay.
Subscribe in Jesus' name. Iran.
What? That's
3001.
Why would they be in
Countries-
3000? It's not making sense, bro. It's not making sense.
Here are things that humans can't destroy. So the Voyager spacecraft we launched in 1977 has broken through the heliosphere into interstellar space, traveling away from us at 35,000 miles per hour, meaning that's completely out of our reach and will outlive Earth itself. The Mariana Trench, being 7 miles deep into the ocean near the crust of Earth, has a crushing pressure that doesn't allow even our entire nuclear stockpile to affect it because of the conditions down there. Speaking of which, nuclear waste can't be completely destroyed in any way other than waiting for the half-life to complete, which in many cases for the isotopes is 24,000 years. Humans can't destroy anything that passes the event horizon of a black hole because gravity will pull anything in at that point. We also don't have the capability to destroy the moon with our nuclear capabilities, and obviously any planet or the sun. We have no way to stop a supervolcano right now if it were to explode, like the Yellowstone caldera, which is set to explode in a few years. And finally, it's thought that once something has been published digitally on the internet, there's an archive for it somewhere, meaning that everything that has ever been published by you is there forever. Pretty cool, right? Here are things that humans...
That is pretty cool.
Introduce...
When you place...
Wait, that's not pretty cool. Does that mean my search history is on some... Oh my gosh, bro.
Your left hand on the pad, and your opponent does the same, a ball bounces back and forth on the screen, while you control a paddle with your right hand. But if you lose the point, and it hits a pain symbol, a small whip strikes your hand. The pad can also release heat and electricity
Lexus,
with each
Sunday.
point missed. And the game only ends when someone pulls their hand away, turning the whole thing into a test of endurance. When you place your...
I could load... I'd do that.
Do mangoes
I would do that, yeah.
taste like carrots?
No, mangoes taste like mangoes.
They don't taste like carrots at all. Carrots taste like carrots. Mangoes taste like mangoes.
That's not even a dumb answer. That's just true.
Who would you save?
Mom, dad, wife, son, daughter.
Right hand, dad. Left hand, mom. My legs, daughter and sons. DIH, wife.
What? Son.
How short was your shortest relationship?
5 minutes on Roblox. She had to go to eat, and I forgot to add her.
That got 750,000 likes, bro. Oh my gosh.
5 minutes on Roblox? I said that I need to go.
Name of the music?
I'm just a bit tired. Give me a second.
No rush, take your time.
Oh.
That's the name of the song.
That's the name of the song. Oh.
Someone from Hungary.
Say a random number from 1 to 20. 17.
Hungary called me.
Sophie, them already.
Go yourself with your humor. You.
Mr. Kalduki, please.
What did you do?
Notice me.
Do mangoes taste like carrots?
Bro, what? What do you do, bro? Yo, I think my donuts are broken, but you also Spawnzilla. They've been on Roblox for 2 months.
My daughter
hi, me's on vacation. Yo,
came home from school looking
Where you
skinnier
at?
than I remembered and
We're
instantly
on
lunged for a
vacation.
bowl of cereal. Her lunchbox was empty, and she promised she was eating
Also, after this short, we'll give out the Robux, guys.
her lunch. I figured she'd just hit a growth spurt, but then one day, I got a call from the principal. Mrs. Jones, come in right now. Your daughter is in serious trouble. When I got there, she was sitting in a chair, looking at the floor and swinging her feet. I could hear her stomach rumble. crumbling, and next to her sat a boy I'd never seen. His face was sunken in. I asked my daughter what happened, but the principal cut in before she could answer. "Look at what happened for yourself, Mrs. Jones." He was red in the face and pulled up the footage from the cafeteria. I watched my daughter pull her sandwich from her lunchbox and hand it over to the boy. He immediately tore into the sandwich like he hadn't eaten in days. I asked the principal, "Okay, so why is my daughter in trouble?" And he crossed his arms and replied, "She's in trouble because this is a violation of our school's no food sharing policy. She had no right to give him her food. This serves a 3-day suspension for both of them." My jaw dropped, and when I looked back at the boy, I noticed his ribs sticking out of his shirt. I realized my daughter had been giving her lunch to a starving kid, and the school was now punishing her for it. I told her, "I'm so proud of you," then turned back to the principal and said, "Just so I'm clear, my daughter is being suspended for giving a starving child food?" The principal opened his mouth, but nothing came out. He clearly never thought about it like that. I grabbed my daughter's hand, and the 3 of us walked out. We drove to a diner where I got the boy whatever he wanted, and from that day on, I packed 2 lunches. F that policy. My daughter came home from—
That's a dumb policy, bro. 2 suit, they have the sub.
I stole a bike just to impress my friends. They all cheered as I rode away, but when I got home, my dad took one look at the bike and immediately got angry. He grabbed my arm and said, "Show me exactly where you got this." When we returned, an old man was desperately searching the street for his missing bike. My dad told him everything and made me apologize. I expected the old man to call the police, but instead he looked at me and asked, "Why did you steal it?" I pointed at my friends across the street and admitted that I just wanted to impress them. The old man stared at them for a few seconds, then suddenly pulled out his phone and called the police. I panicked and begged him not to have me arrested, but he told me the call wasn't about me. He had seen those same boys hanging around his house several times that week, and now he finally understood why. When the police arrived, my friends immediately ran. 2 of them were caught, and after the officers checked their phones, they discovered they had been planning to break into the old man's house that night. They had dared me to steal his bike just to see if anyone was home. I thought I was stealing a bike to impress my friends. That is messed up. They were actually using me to help rob a house. I stole a—
That's really messed up on the world. Alberto, they have the $2. You're 17 out of 20% iPad kids selected by you. What is that even supposed to mean, bro? Anyways, we're gonna give out the Robux, guys. Type your username in the chat. Let's give out the Robux real quick. Everybody sub up if you haven't already. Here we go. Let me get my chat. We have how much Robux to give away? 400 Robux to give away. Here we go, y'all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna pick 4 winners, all right? So that's 1 right here. By the way, we're gonna do a Roblox stream where we're gonna play Roblox in about 15 minutes, okay? So if you want to tune into the Roblox stream and you want to play Roblox with me and just with everybody, we'll do a Roblox stream, all right? So it's on the channel already. You can go to my live page and you can see the stream up there. It'll also automatically redirect you whenever this stream ends to the stream. And yeah, if you also don't want to miss it, you can also join the Discord server, link in the description. Whoa, hold on. You also join the Discord server, link in the description. If you join that, you get notified for giveaways, and you also get notified for whenever I'm live. So, if you want to join that, like I said, link in the description. Oblutel, they have the membership, bro. And Omar, they have the watermelon. I appreciate it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bam. Alright. That looks pretty good. Was that 400? I don't even know. We'll send it. We'll send it. Why not? Alright, there we go. Alright. But yeah, that's all the Robux there. Like I said, we're streaming in about 15 minutes. So go ahead. Go to the stream. I hope to see you guys there. Thanks for watching the stream, bro. 800K soon, bro. 800K soon. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Later.